Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in. You made it again to another stream, baby. Hello. Hello. How we doing? Good morning. Sunday morning. How we doing, Trent? How is it? Feels good to be back down. I honestly, like, yesterday, I was like, I miss chat. Should we, you know, maybe sooner than later. Streams are coming. More streams. You know that we announced that the other week. We will have more streams. Just matter of time. Welcome, everybody. It's good to see you. How are we doing? Mark, good to see you from the UK. Bless you. It ain't morning for you, I tell you that. Nibor, it's good to see you. Scoot, good to see you. Slice. Pegasus? I think it's Pegasus, but dude's a pig. Does that mean that you have Pegasus wings and you are a pig? I have questions and you have answers. Quolo, thanks for being in here.
Tier 1s, out of your mind on Twitch.
And Sursem.
Tier 1s, out of your mind.
Well done, it's good to have you. Erazer, good to see you. Misty, Mimic, Hazek, a lot of offline follows. And finally, Marco and Oya, Ognog. YouTube, Twitch, the latter. Good to see y'all. Welcome in. It's a good day today. Sunny day today. Perfect to come inside. Yes, I might be rubbing my eyes today because the spring is here and your boy is one allergy lad. Okay, Horace, good to see you. G, thanks. Welcome in. How we doing, Sankey? Good to see you. Awakening, all good. Wozus, Mark, plural. How we doing? You speed ran inventory. I saw it. Good job. Hey, going faster at work, you know, that's a good thing. Welcome, everybody. It's good to have you. So yeah, Hexus, we are gonna talk about it. We are. So, chat, before we go any further, we normally start with announcements. Okay, we normally start with announcements, and we have to discuss something kind of serious, actually. And it's not crazy, but it is what it is. Mugs are done. Posters are done in their current form. Okay, we have new designs coming out. You'll see. That's the short. We have a whole video linked for you and notes right here if you want to see. We put this out last night. Essentially what happened is CCB Games came to me and said, hey, your designs are infringing potentially on our IP. And I said, all right, what do we do? And they said, take them down. I said, okay. So we did. They're gone. So the mugs and the posters in their current form are gone. With that said, I'm already working with artists, new designs coming that are not, let's say, inspired by EVE Online, because that's what they were before. They were themed after, inspired by. I thought it was transformative enough, and that's the right word for this, to be not breaking TOS, but the mugs and the posters are gone. What this means is that those of you that were owed stuff this month won't be getting it while we get the new designs. I cannot send you the current designs anymore. They are done. They are dead. Okay. And yes, CCP Games killed it, but you know, I say this in the video, they were cordial enough in this exchange. This was not a demanding, domineering thing. It started off as a conversation. It was honestly as, it is what it is. Can I give them away for free? Maybe, perhaps. It's not like I can never use them again. I just can't have there be money associated with them. For free, probably. I would want to get with them on this first and see if that's a potential. So this is not sad though. Okay. This is not sad because we took a speed bump and made this into something, well, for you. If you are a current patron, this does not apply to new patrons. Okay. The new patrons are going to be getting the new designs. Easy enough. That's easy. Okay. Just whatever the new designs are, you're going to see. That's that. The current patrons, the ones that stick around through this speed bump, all right, they're getting the new designs, mugs and posters, okay? Those new designs are also going to be signed by me, all right? So they get exclusive stuff for sticking around through this transition. They get the good stuff. Those same signed posters are also going to be serialized as well. So I took some cues from Magic the Gathering here. So the new designs are going to have like exclusive signed serialized versions of them. If you're a current patron, it's my way of rewarding the people that stick around during the speed bump, during the transition. And they're going to get another piece of like, they're going to get a cool Loru sticker from me. I have a ton on my desk. They're going to get a bunch of stuff from me. Basically, if you want a refund, because let's just be honest, chat, some of you want the designs for what they are. You can follow this link. It's no bad blood from my side. If you stick around, you get all this. You get some extra stuff, some great stuff, the best I can muster. That's what's coming up. So if you want more information, again, here is the post. It's public. You don't need to sign up or anything to view it. The video is public for you. We detail out all the stuff. If you have questions, you can DM me. You can put in the comments. We did have a really good question yesterday. A lot of good questions in my DMs after this. I am pleased to say some of you have already gotten all of your mugs from last year. Some of you have already got like all 4 mugs that we offered. And one of the main questions I got last night, this shows you how awesome y'all are. I tell you, it's so good. Because I was like, guys, look, can't have the mugs anymore. If you stick around, I'm going to give you some other value, some incredible value, because, you know, that's just the kind of guy I am. I want to reward y'all. A bunch of you DM me and we're like, you know,
Loru, if I already got all 4 mugs, do I get the new 4 mugs?
The answer to that question is yes. Here's what you have to do. Absolutely nothing. Okay. Look, if you're a tier 2 member, y'all know that our tier 1 patrons get a bunch of fun stuff. They get exclusive access to me, a bunch of things, episodes, behind the scenes, all this other awesome stuff. Tier 2 patrons get mugs. If you can see, we've updated this. If you've already gotten all 4 of our mugs, our past mugs, and you're still in tier 2, just stay. Literally click no buttons and you'll get the new mugs. Okay? The new mugs. I have my team keeping track of it. You have to do nothing. I wanted to make this transition as easy as I could for you. You know what I'm saying? It's fantastic. If you're a tier 3 patron, we just launched this. So the only people that have a design only had the old first poster. Okay? The old first poster, right?
Voice changer's still on. I think this one works. Yeah. This should be deep.
We'll see if that worked. We'll see. So just stay in that tier and you'll get the new posters. Those of you that have the tier 3 of you, you'll get the new mug, new poster. You're chilling. You're chilling. So literally just stick around and you get signed, serialized, exclusive new designs for you. Okay. Very excellent. Very nice. It's chat. I wanted to make sure whenever there's a problem, I want to sit back and say, how can we do, yeah, there it is. I want to sit back and say, how can we turn this speed bump into an opportunity for the community? It's like a thought experiment. So instead of, because you've seen the messages from other creators, you know, like,
We have to. So the company said we have to get rid of.
Nope, can't do it. Ladies and gentlemen, they took down our mugs. Fair enough. We keep moving in stride. You get extra goodies. Okay? Stick around. You'll get the goodies. The new design is pending. You'll see. You'll see. Oh, chat, I get to be creative with these. See, before the designs were inspired by Eve. Now the designs straight from here, baby. You'll see. I got some ideas, chat. I got some ideas. Pirate mugs is honestly, it's a good idea, Falco. It's not a bad idea. So, inspired by Loru. That's right. What would a space pirate mug look like? I'll have to see. So, chat, that's the big Patron update. We're taking a bad thing and turning it into something good. That's it. So, cease copyright. It's just basically innocent, essentially. Rax, it's good to see. How are we doing? I'm V-Throne. There it is. Good to welcome you in. Good to see it. With that said, chat, we did it. We did it. Something good has come out of all of this. Two things over on Patreon. If you want to join, you can join for free. Thanks for using my code. Someone used my code, getting the big Omega. The big Omega. Well done, whoever it was. God bless you. Well freaking done. The Patreon is free to join, y'all. Free to join. Get a bunch of fun stuff, even if you're free. We're close to 4K, to 4,000. If we pass 4K, that's going to put us officially over many Eve partners and other content creators, not just in Eve, in our Patreon compared to their YouTube or Twitch. That's incredible. I'm humbled by this. It's a testament to y'all wanting that free goodies. Y'all know that one of my main things this year is giving y'all more free EVE Online guides. These are like deeper cuts. These are not something that is, it's like too slow for YouTube, right? I fix my collar here. I see it in the video. Too slow for YouTube. So I don't really think I do, Horus. I think it's just as simple as this with the mugs. CCP Games said, hey, the mugs are too close to our terms of service. Please take them down. And my answer as a content creator to the $1 million company is, sure. That's not a problem. I just go get another set of mugs. We move forward. They're moving forward. It's all amicable. This kind of stuff happens. So, station spinning, second monitor content is right, dude. That's great, Warley. Here's the big one. What's that? What's that right there? Oh, chat. If my production tool could actually load, that would be great. What's that? Ladies and gentlemen, 150 in the midst. Someone else did it again. Thanks for using my code. 150 of you signed up despite the mug changes. Even with these mug changes coming in, y'all answered the call, and there's 150 of you. 150 and a Sanctum members, baby. Let's go. It's good to have you. Good to have you. Now, the 150th person, I know who they are. They did not disclose their Discord name in their information to me. It's a tier 1 patron. What I'm going to do is I'm going to message them and right now and say, hi, what is your Discord name, please? We have to honor you as the 150th patron. So what we typically do here is and I just sent that, what we typically do here is we honor milestones in the community with stuff like that. You'll see some of them in our Discords. It's where we do these. You'll see some people have different colored names based on their level of support, all that. But you'll see some people have different stuff still, like Eliz here. Eliz, I knew if I scrolled, I would find one. Eliz was one of the 2 people that pushed us over the edge to 1,000 subs on Twitch for the first time. Really incredible. We honored them with that. Now they have this forever in their name on Discord. I'm gonna do the same thing for 150th patron. I do this happily. I love supporting the community like this. It makes me happy. So Patreon chat, in short, new mug designs, we're turning into something good, and the Patreon's still growing. So thank y'all for doing this. Let's keep it going. Let's get it done. All right. Now, chat, we do have a Omega thing going on right now. We do detail this out on our Patreon as which one I recommend you do. Every single time there's a sale like this, you might look at this and go, which one's worth it? I have the answer for you. We always do this for free. No sign up needed on our Patreon, the whole thing. You can check this out. Right here, we detail out exactly which one I recommend. And spoilers, it's the 6-month one, okay? The 6-month one. Because you can get, if you can't afford this one, I understand the 3-month one is going to be the one that I recommend the most then. Because with 3 to 6 months, you can set up your other 2 alts to be ready to go with PI, with industry, with trade skills. You could basically pick a mismatch of whatever, a hodgepodge, whatever, of any of our alt training guide recommendations. Choose your favorites, pick like 2 of them, and you can go train them up. So this is the best way to use this deal, I think. There is a big one, but look, I don't think you need to spend that much money. If you want to spend that much money, God bless you. We've had a couple people do it today, for God's sake. But if you don't want to spend that much money, the 3-month is plenty. You can get, at the very least, PI set up on your alts and go make some space bucks in the game. We detail this out every single time there is a sale. So make sure y'all join the Patreon for free, and you don't have to think about, I wonder how much, which one is the right one? I wonder which one. You don't have to worry about it. We detail it out for you. And of course, use my code. Use code Loru, check out to get that double sale, baby. All right. Thank you very much for that excellent stuff. Thanks to Marquis for hosting such a fantastic site. As always, you can use my code on the official Eve site, on the official Eve store. LORU is the code. But you don't get a discount on the official Eve store. I get more of a cut on the Eve store. I'd rather you get the discount. So use Marquis, code Loru, you get a discount. There it is. Is there a patron tier that allows just to request a video? If you're a patron, Searson, you can always DM me and say, hey, let me know if this is something that you could do. I saw your comment earlier as we were starting stream that you would like a, I believe it was like a carrier ratting video. That's on the list. That's on the list. I don't have a date for that because of our current plans, right? So there's, when I tell you, I get 1 to 2 pings a day, whether it's on YouTube, Patreon, or whatever, Discord, saying, Loru, can you make this video? Loru, can you make that? I have a list that I'm going through that's based on general macro stuff. Feel free to DM me if that's what you want, Searsome. And of course, we'll have it at some point. My goal is to have video on all ships at all points at some point. So you'll see. You'll see, won't you? Okay. So I'm Dethroned. Thank you for being Twitch
primed. Out of your mind. Amazing stuff. Yeah. So
got any alpha PvP fits soon, Sorrow? Soon. Alphas are definitely something we want to make more content for. All right, chat, let's do a giveaway at the start of the stream. Let me refresh this so it gets the accurate description of what's up. Okay. See, look, we only have 75 watching, which is crazy to say only, right? Over on YouTube, which is always more. We like to do a giveaway at the start of, I got you, Searsome. Yeah. We like to do giveaways at the start of this stream. That way y'all get more chances to get more big things. So let's get a giveaway going, ladies and gentlemen. In order to enter in to this giveaway, follow the on-screen prompts right here. You got to be following on Twitch or subbed on YouTube, right? Then you got to be in Discord. Follow the channel, always the free stuff, always. Then be in Discord. That's it. Come on down. Let's do it. I saw a lot about, I was looking up incursions the other day, Lucy. And my understanding is that incursions have fallen off in the past, maybe call it a couple months. I've seen less chatter with incursions, and maybe that's just because I'm looking in the wrong places. But incursions are, I thought, one of the most lucrative high sec, or indeed high skill point, doesn't really matter if it's high sec, ISK generators. So it's getting hard to find FCs. That's kind of what I was seeing, Hex, for incursions, Abyssals pay more. There it is. You're seeing that happen a lot. As we'll give a couple minutes for y'all to get in Discord chat. As Plex gets more expensive, we're seeing people grind out the stuff in game more. That is about making me money instead of making me items. So Plex. Let's look at the Plex chart here. You can see that. This is zoomed in too much. Plex says honestly, Plex isn't doing too terrible comparatively. It's still at a record high. You can look at this. We're still at 6 million, and it's kind of stabilizing where we had a first, welcome in, Joe Bob. It's good to see you. We had a first sub 6 mil in a long time. It's been teetering at 6, for some time, and I'm hoping that this is going to continue when we keep on going down. So, ooh, let me permit you, Uther. One sec. If any of y'all are trying to post links, make sure that you say, hey, Loru, can I post a link? And if I recognize your name, of course, I can just let you in. Uther, post it now. You got it. That's to protect the stream chat. We don't want, like, you know, dummy bots posting stuff in chat, right? So come on down. Things got boring. Most of FCs gave up with it. I used FC for Valhalla. Was horrific to get good fleets together. People to listen. Crazy. No, it's okay, Uther. All good. You didn't do anything wrong. Do you think Plex will go down? Short answer, no one knows. It's honestly is the short answer, because Plex is, there's like 20,000 factors that go into it. I think that whenever there's a question of we're seeing the market kind of like stabilize, you know, like go one way, I can tell you it'll either go up or down. I don't think it'll stay where it is. I do not. I don't think it'll stay at 6. I think it'll either keep going up or it'll go down. Because what happens once it breaks 6, now it's broken 6. So now it has the potential to break 6. Everyone knows it. So now when it goes to 7, if it does, people are going to be like, oh, okay, you know, right. Do you think it's going to go up or down? Yesn't. That is how that goes, Jim. Okay, so, all right, y'all, let's do a giveaway. What are we giving away today? Let's see it. All right, let's start the stream off right. Let's give away 2 monitors. This is a billion-esque. Okay, this is 500 million-esque a piece. 2 monitors coming out for the people. These are like 400-something million-esque a piece for y'all. 2 monitors, okay, at the start of this stream. This is how we do most of the beginning of the streams. Be early, chat. Be early. Remember, you'll be disqualified to stream, thanks for using my code. If you're not following on Twitch or subbed on YouTube, always choose the free stuff. Then be in Discord. That's all you gotta do when 400 million-esque. Would you like 400 million-esque? Come on down. This is how you can get entered and be following on the channel. Then, the last thing you're gonna do is type a word that we say into Discord. And the word is GM. The word is good morning. Type GM one time, case sensitive, into Discord. One time, case sensitive, into Discord. Really marketing analysis. Polish. What's funny is I'm right either way. You know, that's how it goes. What's up, John? It's good to see you, man. It's good to see you. Probably a little different than last sale, but Plex typically only goes up long term. Yes. One of the biggest things with Plex is that it mirrors a lot of real life stuff because it's a real life commodity. It's something that people buy with cash for, right? They buy it with real world money. So it's, if money's more expensive in real life, then money's going to be more expensive in a video game space simulation. You know, so that's definitely what that is. Because if you think about it, it's impossible to earn mass amount of Plex in game. If you earn a lot of ISK, you have to buy Plex from the market, but the Plex on the market en masse comes from players buying it with real world currency. So I'd love to see a way you could just grind for Plex. I would love to see that way. So I know, isn't that fun, Cardinal? Isn't that fun? CPOC, coming in, Twitch
Primed, out of your mind. Welcome in. It's good to have you. Yeah.
Good to see you. G2, thanks for the follow as well. It's awesome. You can say the 50% chance for anything to happen. There it is. Either it happens or it doesn't. Take that, statistics class. Take that. All right, chat. When I type sold, that's it. Going once. Going twice. Going thrice. Say 5, 4,
3, 2, 1. Soul, baby.
Soul. Good morning, chat. It's good to see you. Good to have the rare going thrice. I wanted to throw y'all something rare today. Yeah. Something rare today. The double monitor this early in the morning. Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. All right, we have our first winner. Awesome. We have our first winner and our second winner. Good to see it. All right. Our winners are Mortal Jacket and Thread. Good to see ya. Yeah. Y'all both get monitors. Both of you get monitors. Congrats. We're going to put these into the giveaway done folder for you. Both monitors are in there. The rest of this is pending stuff from the subathon. I'm gonna wait a couple more days, and then if the people that these are owed don't respond to my DM, they're gonna go back into the giveaway folder and back onto the pot. So hope they don't respond if you didn't win anything, so you can potentially win these items. These are FC ships, these monitors, and they're worth 400 million ISK a piece. They're worth 440. So each of you can sell them, you can use them. I assume that people getting a monitor in a giveaway are going to sell them because they are not, let's say, a ship for the everyman. These are strange ships, and it's literally its own type of ship called a flag cruiser. They're made for FCs. They're made for people that are leading the fleets to not die. Look at the resistances. Look at the amount of resistance it has and the EHP. And I don't even have max skills, 90% resistance to everything but hull. We've got a, please go away. Hey, thank you. We've got a almost 300k EHP. And the reason, and you might, on a cruiser, and you might say, how is this a thing? It can't fit anything. It fits triple prop mod and maybe a target painter, and that's it. That's it. This is to keep the FC alive, to keep it going. And I'm actually, you'll notice I'm officially training this up because we've been getting popped enough in the Frye fleets that I think it's time I just commit to the bit and start flying a monitor on my main. I think that's what I just have to start doing because let's just be honest. We do the Frye fleets every week. What if I just can't be killed? What if it's hard to kill me? Now, look, I'm not doing the damage now, but I can then just focus on FCing. And isn't that the point? Isn't that the goal? I can stop, like, am I healing this person? I'm just gonna FC this person. So really, really awesome chat. So those winners get it. Good job, y'all. Good job. The winners, of course, will be given their items after stream. We're gonna get it to you. Don't you worry. You know what I'm saying? Do you need a resupply of freebies for Friday? Oh, I love y'all. You're so fantastic. I don't. Check it out. Look at this. Look at this. We got a lot of ships. We got a lot of ships. Anything named Friday is ready to go. You know, that's that. I like that for sure. What happens when the streamer becomes the cameraman? Same, you know, so. Oh, for sure, Horace. And you can. When you win giveaway items, it is now yours to use. It is not something that you need to like hold on to. Some people keep their Loru given ships as like a souvenir, but you don't gotta do that. You can sell them if you want. These are expensive ships. Can I bring my monitor? Yes. Actually correct. Actually correct. You shall not pass. You shall not do it. You shall not. All right, chat. So we have a couple other announcements to get through, and then we have some fun things coming up. If you were in the fleet where we dropped the Thanatos, I still have to give y'all the Plex. Apologies on the wait there. It's been 2 weeks. Here's the reality. I need the time. So y'all are going to have to wait. I know that some of you are like chomping at the bit to get at your Plex. You got to be patient. Okay. I've been dealing with a lot of stuff. We have just finally, actually late last week, I contracted all the subathon giveaways late last week. It took me 10 days to get through all of the contracts. This folder was full to the brim of, it was about 200 billion ISK, not to mention the crates that everybody gave and the raw ships and the capitals, nuts. So we finally got through them all. Thank you for your patience. Those of you that are still owed the fleet stuff, that's gonna be good. Yes, we are doing Caldari faction. We are, yes, we are, as always. So we have some fun announcement for you. We're gonna talk about E-Frontier today. We're gonna have a discussion about it. And we have another bigger discussion coming down in next week. It's official. Next week, I'm gonna be interviewing the E-Frontier devs. We're gonna do it live on stream. I'm gonna be doing the same interview style that you've been seeing in the past. And we're gonna ask them some tough questions. We're gonna ask them some hard questions. This is not gonna be just like a, so what do you think is fun about the game? Like, you know, I'm gonna ask them the serious things, and I'm gonna be monitoring the chat, see what y'all would like as well. Okay, so come on down. That is in April 3rd. It's right here. I'll put it right here for you. You can RSVP to it right here. It's everybody, as all the new people coming in are asking us, yo, where is your stream schedule? It's in Discord in the event section. Now on mobile, this is like a little link. That's like, you know, it's like a little link. Where's my phone? Here, one second. I gotta get my phone checked in case my wife. Always keep phone at the ready, ladies and gentlemen, in case your wife decides to say hi. It's this little icon. It's this icon on your phone, okay? This guy right here. So, right there. Look at that green screen with the event details. Isn't that fun? It's this event icon on mobile. So that's what you got to click to get to the events on mobile. It's a little bit hidden, honestly, on mobile. That's where you can RSVP to all of our streams. We got a lot of new people coming in. That's where we put the goodies. It's the calendar icon, right? Easy, you know, for sure. I have suggestions for rebalance, unfortunately. Directly harm you and your Potch crew. I mean, just tell me what it is. It is, Horace. It is, definitely. Potchfin is in a weird place. We're going to talk about more of it a little bit later. But yes. I mean, always submit your feedback, Horace, to the CSMs and to the devs, and they'll do what they feel is right, you know? So, for sure. So, well done. Yo, nice, Whirling. Good job. So here's what we're going to do. We're interviewing Eve Frontier devs next week. The Dune Awakening launch stream is coming up. We're going to talk about this more today. We're going to talk a lot about Dune Awakening today, actually. And what we're going to do with this. This date is actually probably going to change. I'm trying to find out if I pre-order the game, do I get to live stream it early as well? They're doing that really. I hate this, where you buy a game and it gives you, if you pre-order it, you can get it like, you can play it a week early. I hate that. But it's my job. I kind of have to do it. It's like a necessary expense. So we're going to talk about Dune Awakening a little bit later, but E-Frontier, next April 3rd, the Dune Awakening stream. You can RSVP to this now. And even if we change the date, these dates and times auto sync to whatever your time zone is. So I see it's 10 a.m. my time. If you're in the UK, we have some UK viewers. We have Australian. We got people on the other side of the world, for God's sake, which is incredible. You can come out and this will RSVP. This RSVP will shift to your time zone. What I'm trying to say. All right. Can you make an in-game calendar event for the streams? Is there an in-game calendar? Huh? Is there an in-Eve? There's a calendar. That's what you're telling me right now? There's a where? You're lying to me, dude. Click the clock. I think you've showed this to me, haven't you, plural? I remember this window. I just forget it exists. My ADD, out, gone. What is this? I can make like an event in the game? This works. This works. Okay. Y'all are kidding me right now, dude. Duration, not specified. It's important. How do I make this open to everyone? No, because this is, do I have to invite people? You know? Like the WoW calendar, bro. This is bananas, okay? I gotta be honest with y'all. This is bananas. I remember being shown this before. I just forgot it existed. Does that make sense? ADD people will understand, okay? You know, let's do this. Okay, create. Great. So if I do it the 27th. So now if I click this, can I put it into the Loru Gaming in-game chat? Is that what I can do? Can I like drag this, nope, don't work. Don't work. So this is, I can see why they don't use it because this is kind of annoying. You can set the scope of the event by dragging in the Loru Gaming chat in-game. You can set the scope of the event by dragging in the Loru Gaming chat in-game. It's not usable, seeable for others unless it's personal Alliance Corp. Okay, well, then I am not going to use this. Now I remembered why I don't do it. And look, you can see my Alliance doesn't use it either. So, okay, interesting. I wish that I could drag this in. That would be nice. But Chad Eve has a calendar. That's pretty interesting. So this is kind of cool. What could you use this for? You could use this for like, you know, reset PI. Reset PI, and then like pick a date. Sure. Interesting. All right. Well. Calendars in game. Calendars. My Corp uses Discord for that. So why use it when you can do events through Discord? Right. That's kind of my point, Warling, is like it's got to be Discord. So on the PI, yes. We use it for moon mining reminders. That's a good idea, Horse. Yeah. Moon drills, for sure. Can we get a fixture fit for an epithal? Best I can use for his PI now with like recommendations. I'll just give you my fit, Roderick. I'll just straight give you my epithal fit. And then we have some shows to do. We have some shows to do. Where's my epi? I'll just straight give it to you. Epithal. Although it might be so this Roderick, don't use this fit. This fit is called the hook. And its purpose is bait. Okay. This is what I've used in the past to tempt people. And then they are confusion when the epithal locks them and scrams them and my Proteus uncloaks somewhere else. Okay, so it's great. What I would do is right here, my friend. Okay, this is our like super basic low skill point faller. I'll put this in the Loru Gaming in-game chat. It's very cheap, and you only really use this in high sec. We have a warp core stab there in case you want to take it into more dangerous areas. Whatever. The danger fit is similar, but it just has an interdiction nullifier. That's basically it. That's basically it. I will put both of these into the Loru Gaming in-game chat for you. These are the fits that I recommend for the epithal. Why this fit? We have sub 6 align with this, with the warp core stab. We have a cloak in case we have to go off and be, invisible somewhere, right? In case you have to go off to a safe. You have an interdiction nullifier is very important to get through bubbles. And you have some tank. And the reality is you're not going to live based on your tank. You're going to live based on your utility. We can't do the burst jammer anymore, so that's that. We have double low frictions. And then core defense. So, yeah, for sure. What's up, Axel? It's good to see you, buddy. Yeah. So, it's PI, Jack, I'm telling you, it unlocks the game for you. It just does. Because once you get... I'm not going to lie to y'all. Setting up PI took some time, but I was setting it up so that I could make guides for you all, okay? It's been another 4 days. I have my crafting planet is set up, ready to go to make P3s. Another 4 days have gone by. It's another 283 million ISK. I put the same input in every time. 283 million ISK on one planet in 1 day, and then another 250. So it's 500 million in 4 days on one planet, on one character. See what I'm saying? Okay. And then all of these are cooking some P2s to generate. Okay. And this is in about a week or two. We got biocells, which are used for that other stuff. So it takes like maybe a month to get stuff set up. But then after that month, I don't have to think about money anymore. I don't have to think about ISK anymore. And I don't have to buy Plex to do it. That's what PI does. It unlocks the game for you. Okay. So that's that. Chat, we got some other stuff coming in. So we talked about eFrontier a little bit. We got Dev Awakening stuff coming soon. We have a new playlist for you on YouTube. New plays. Those are in Patron, my friend. Patron, Null, and Wormhole Space have the best PI in the game. That's where to do it. We have a new playlist for you, okay? So as you know, on our YouTube, which if you're not subbed to the YouTube, you're just losing money. There's no other way to put it. You're losing time. You're losing everything. Here, let's get rid of this giveaway. On YouTube, we have a new playlist for you. We have the Masterclass playlist where we're editing this playlist a little bit to make sure that it's all Eve stuff that I think is the best for everybody. New veterans, all that. This is a lot of good stuff. Our new video, y'all are loving it. How I got rich in 2024. We have a new one coming out about 2025. My plans for 2025, and I think y'all are going to love that. Eve Adventures. New Eden Adventures, y'all. This is the new playlist. And this is something that I'm not seeing any other Eve partner do. That the one-of events that we do that are really special, that take planning, we then feature them in succinct episodes. Not this, y'all remember Operation BPO was like 5 hours. I cut it down to 1:16. That was succinct enough. This was our Cruiser Chaos tournament. That was so much fun. And we cut it down to the final 10, okay? The Frigate Fiasco from last year, my allergies, yeah. The frigate fiasco from last year is still pending. We got to put that in there. It's on my list to do. Of course, we have our first ever Thanatos drop. Y'all are loving it. Our interview with Fleet. This is still, even though it's a little bit slower than the Thanatos drop, still a really interesting listen if you're trying to like be an FC, if you're trying to join PvP, if you're trying to check stuff out. And then finally, our Marshall Fishbowl. This one is doing numbers, y'all. In less than a day, 5,000 views, dude. Oh, y'all are loving it. It's because it was so dumb. This was so stupid. I'm so mad at how well this went, where we ejected from a Marshall on a save point and the grid went to like 70 people. It was so stupid. I loved it. And I think my favorite part was the people coming in and starting to spam fireworks at the Marshall to melt everybody's CPU while they smart bomb. Look, they bumped it. Notice, I just noticed that Macarial that was right there, he was trying to bump the Marshall. He would have done it too if they hadn't bumped him away. So I just noticed there's counter bumping. You'll go back and you'll watch this video and you're gonna see even bigger, newer stuff. It was just wild. It was so much fun. That dude, I think about that Jackdaw. I was making breakfast the other day and I kind of looked up and I was like, that poor Jackdaw. Right? He could have had a Marshall, but he warped to the capsule. I figure Marshall made my alliance leader cry. I think so too, Horace. I saw some negative comments that were like,
this is wasteful. I'm never giving Loru anything away again because he just wastes ISK.
Those are rage bait, chat. They knew. They knew that we gave away almost 1 trillion ISK that day, 800 billion ISK. And people are like,
he wasted a Marshall.
That was not even the most expensive ship we gave away that hour, let alone that day. So let the haters hate, chat. Let the haters hate. When they were bumping, cracking me up, it was so funny, Jack. I love it. I love it. That's right, McCavity. That's fair, plural. That's fair. I think you're right about that. So, got a few ships from people ejecting from theirs. Yo, that's so good. The funniest part about that video was the ecosystem. People ejecting from ships that were like, it was like a caracal. So I remember somebody ejected from their like probe and got in the caracal and warped off, so they got like a better ship. And then the people that were blowing up, all of a sudden you like started seeing salvager ships come in. So it was like the ecosystem kept growing where there was like predators, prey, scavengers, predators, prey, and it just kept going. It was great. Why have ISK without fun? It was so good. Not to mention the Marshall soccer. Yeah, it was just great. It was just really awesome. It was a good time. So we're going to feature more of these. We have some Eve stories that we're going to go back and put in this playlist. You'll see that we've done in the past with y'all. It's going to be a good time. So that's the new playlist. That's incredible. We do have to talk about a non-Eve game. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change our Twitch category to Dune Awakening. And we're going to talk about Dune Awakening right now. We've got some stuff to talk about. I did also see the new No Man's Sky stuff. We're going to see about that too. We're going to have to see about that. So we're going to talk about Dune Awakening briefly, and then we're going to go back to Eve and Eve Frontier. We're going to talk about it. So just give me a sec, chat, to set this up, and then we're going to have a good time with it, okay? So we've got some stuff to talk about. Okay, let's see it. Let's see it. Pause this. Alrighty. Everybody say hi, YouTube. You guys get to be on YouTube, so. Well, Dune Awakening is almost here. It's surprising to see that this game that we just started talking about just a couple months ago is now about to release. And I pre-ordered the game, so you don't have to. We're going to showcase the game, and before we do, we have to say what's up. Yes, this is everything you need to prepare for the launch of Dune Awakening. Let's see first what kind of monetization they've got going in. There's this whole video breaking it down. I'm always pro-consumer with my kind of features, and if I haven't watched this, we're going to see if this is good for you, the consumer, and not just another fun game to see. Let's see what they have in store for us. Dune Awakening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Wadib. I wonder if I can make this better settings. It might be me, chat. Let's see. Quality, not auto. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. And then I'm going to rewind it so you can see the better quality. Yeah. Ah, Muad'Dib. Look at him. You know that's on purpose, chat. Looks good. It does look fun, chat. and we're going to
Hi,
have a good
everybody.
time.
My name's Joel Bylos, and I'm the creative director on Dune Awakening.
Joel with the drip. Funcom, getting it done. This is like one of the most, as somebody who used to work at a game studio briefly, having drip from the game studio and like wearing it proudly is really, it makes you happy, but that's not the point of this video. Let's keep on watching. Joel, 070.
Soon, we're going to be opening pre-orders for the game. So today, I'd like to talk to you about our post-launch plans so that you can make an informed decision about your purchase.
Dune Awakening.
The key things that you need to know about Dune Awakening's launch are that
Yes.
it will not launch in early access, and it will not have a monthly subscription. It will receive regular free updates, including new content, new features, and quality of life improvements.
All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, no subscription. None. You buy it once, you have it. And they mentioned there's going to be a couple DLCs. We're going to talk about it more. Ladies and gentlemen, W. Dune Awakening, W. Let's talk about what I think that means, though. You're going to see a lot of cosmetics. A lot.
A lot of cosmetic.
Because without a subscription, y'all know that the bulk, like 90% of a video game's money is made at the launch of a new game. Even subsequent expansions do not make as much as the actual launch of the game. You're going to see a lot of cosmetics. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. Cosmetics are fine. Just to be clear, we're going to talk about this a lot in our eFrontier video too, sheesh, with their new cosmetics. Cosmetics are fine within reason. So we need to talk about this. No subscription is really good because it means that you can buy the game and not feel forced to play it. But a no subscription is also technically bad. It's a bit of both, because without a consistent income stream from the game, the devs are incentivized to make, let's say, easier to build things. So a cosmetic, a reskin for a ornithopter, or a reskin for a house. By the way, is this house buildable? Do y'all see that? Can we just hold the phone? Is this house something you can make in the game? Look at this. The levels and struts and portals to get in. Look at this. This is pretty sick. And look, you can already see, look, this ornithopter is a different color, right? So skins for your ornithopter. Confirm. So what a monthly subscription does is I think monthly subscriptions are actually one of the best monetization models in gaming, because it gives the developers consistent income to be able to make things, and it makes the player be like, I'm going to play the game now. And you might say that can be toxic, where they feel forced to play the game. That's fair. That's fair. I've said I don't love subscription models, but I think they're still one of the best ways for both teams, devs and players, to coexist, because it kind of forces players to have a player base now today. Dune Awakening has been made very clear that it's going to be more like Rust, like Conan Exiles. These are the same devs from Conan Exiles, that you're going to have servers that you can join. I believe that's what's happening. Okay. So it's not like World of Warcraft, where there has to be a consistent player base in order for the economy to thrive, not have like a dead server. You can go on a server with your buddies and just be yourselves, which is what I plan to do with y'all. We're going to get into that. Okay. Yeah, you're hearing it here first. Loru Gaming community server. I'm figuring it out. You'll see. I'm figuring it out. Okay. So we're going to have a good time with the community, live streaming it, the whole kit and caboodle, y'all. Okay. So going to be a lot of fun. Pog is right for us. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we've confirmed in this video for the first time, you can play with me. Yes. And the community, you'll have a Dune Awakening instance. We're going to figure out how to do it. I don't know if I can do it at launch, but we're going to figure it out how to get it done. It's going to be a good time. Okay. So no, let's rewind it so we can hear exactly what he said a little bit more. Okay.
Launch are that it will not launch in early access.
That deserves its like own video. They're basically saying they are saying this is not a half-finished product. This is a game that is, we consider done. Now, chat, they're going to improve on it, and there's going to be bugs. There's going to be jank. but this is a done game that they are launching. What I'll tell you is my marketing brain is kind of going off with this, that when they marry, hey, the game is done, it's not in early access, and we're going to launch paid DLCs that you can have. What I think is happening is the finished game that we get at launch is going to be yay big. Next year, the game's going to be this big with the inclusion of paid DLCs and free updates, both. And then the year after, it'll be this big. So at launch, it's going to be not as big as some people might want. And I'm hoping that the depth is added more. Prove me wrong, Dune Awakening. I am excited to be proved wrong, but I think that's what's going to happen. So, and I see a moon. Funcondo's never released the done game. I love their games, though. I'm okay with the game being buggy and have some jank as long as it's enjoyable. Because, and if it improves over time, right? So, just crazy. So,
will not have a monthly subscription.
It
will receive regular free updates, including new content.
Regular free updates, including new content. Regular free updates. And again, I'm a marketer chat by trade. So what you're going to see is regular could be twice a year. That's fine, by the way. Devs, when you watch this, because I know you will, because I know the community team is killing it. That's fine. I'd rather it be twice a year and be good content than have it be like once a month and have it be like, we added a scope. Like, really?
New features.
I trust.
And quality of life improvements. And in addition to these free updates, we will offer optional DLCs. We will be releasing major free updates, expanding the story and adding new content and features. And with each major update, we will release a DLC. There will be an
Can you say that again?
We will be releasing major free updates, expanding the story and adding new content and features. And with each major update, we will release a DLC.
So, I love this. This is like Warframe. I agree. So, No Man's Sky came out with a new update today, and they have never done a paid DLC. They've just always had free updates to their base game, and they just put their game on sale. They sell a bunch more copies, and it actually works. But they're a unique case because they already have the notoriety of the public. There's something to be said about how No Man's Sky is actually a marketing case study of how to take a goodwill and use it for both teams' benefits, devs and player base, right? They're killing it. Okay, No Man's Sky, unironically, one of the best games in 10 years. Straight up, even though it launched horribly, they have redeemed themselves 10 times over. This feels like Warframe. This kind of looks like Destiny a little bit. I like that they're being upfront with, look, we're going to say, here's free content updates and there's a paid DLC. What I'm not sure on is the paid portion of the DLC, like Elder Scrolls Online. In ESO, they will add chapters to the game. These are paid DLCs that have missions, skills, items, loot that is locked behind this paid DLC, but it's like $5, right? So I was a thief, in Elder Scrolls Online maps. Exactly correct. Thank you, Harton. And if I wanted the best thief skill, I would go get the paid thief DLC. But if there was some warrior skill I didn't need, I wouldn't get whatever the ranger, necromancer, whatever the heck the classes are. My Guild Wars 2 brain is like scrambling. I wouldn't get those. I would get the thief one. If it's like that, where like, here's the Mentat DLC that gives you a better Mentat skill, I think that's still okay. I would like to see how the balance is, because there's balance. I've said this before, Harton. ESO did DLCs right. I think that's a good monetization model. Saying like, look, here's pieces of the game that if you want it, you have to pay for it. And if you don't want it, you don't have to pay for it. I think that's very pro-consumer. That's very pro-gamer. Where instead of making the base game like $100 and you get access to all these skills, the base game it's such like a monthly sub. This is ESO still. And then look, if you're a thief, you want to go after the thief skills, here it is. Like DayZ, exactly. So we're going to talk about this a lot again in the E-Frontier video. Monetization of video games has not really gone in a good direction in 10 years. But the price of making games has gone up. So developers are having this increased challenge to get great stories and things for us to enjoy, but in a way that we can actually afford. That's tough. So straight up, Dune Awakening saying free updates And there also will be paid DLC. I like this approach. Hey, some content's going to be free. Some is going to be paid. What is paid is the rub. We'll have to see when that launches. We are going to give you those full guides when it comes out for Dune Awakening. Sub to the channel, the whole thing.
There will be an option to buy a season pass, which includes several DLCs, but you'll also be able to buy them standalone when they release and as.
I got to tell you, chat, I saw this video came out and I said to myself, oh, please be good. I hope it's okay. This is good. A season pass is okay by itself. If you have a monthly subscription and a season pass and paid DLCs that are like skills, gameplay stuff, non-cosmetics, and a cosmetic shop, it's like, oh my God, like it's just so many things. Destiny, right? I like season passes because it lets you and your buddies say, you know what? For the next 6 months, we're going to play Dune Awakening. I'm going to do this. What I hope they do is the season passes are more Helldivers 2. When season passes go wrong are when the season passes are time gated in a non-competitive game. In Warzone, when you have the season passes in Call of Duty that end after 3 months, and if I spend money and I don't no-life the game, I won't get the final item. And then you might say,
you can just pay money to move the season pass up.
Boy, is that toxic. I pay toxic for the consumer. I pay money with Call of Duty to get a season pass that I then can pay money to increase. Lame. The Helldivers 2 season passes, you buy them, you own them forever. I haven't played Helldivers 2 in a year. I signed into Helldivers 2 last week to play with Time Thor, one of my best friends. And we played Helldivers 2. My season passes were still there. I was keep on leveling. I could finally get that weapon that I remember I was going after. If they do that, I'm in. If the season pass is like, hey, in 9 months it's gone, don't love that. If it's a year to finish it, okay. Like there has to be some give and take here. If it has infinite time, that's what I prefer to finish the season pass. I think that's best for the consumer. But that also means that now you have these season passes that will be bought at the start, but then basically like not again. You know, they have to incentivize it somehow. But if a season pass is like 3 months, like what Warzone does, that's too toxic for the consumer and I don't like it. Season passes, W, we'll see. We'll see how they implement it, okay? Did I ever play Conan Exiles? I did not. So same system there, paid DLC, season pass with free paid versions. Now the question for this Muoned, is it working? Is it good? Do you like the quality you're getting since you've actually seen it? Diablo 4 at launch was the worst. I said this when Diablo 4 launched, this is a waste of time. I'm not playing it. I have lost all faith in Blizzard Activision, top to bottom. That's another video. Funcom, please rise above the AAA company toxicity and please let Dune Awakening be good.
They release. Some editions of the game will also include a head start of 5 days starting on the 15th of May.
I hate this. Hate it. Terrible gaming practice. Terrible. One of the worst things to come out of the recent monetization models is pay us more money and we give you the game early. Terrible. Hate it. The worst. As a content creator, I bought this pack because it's a needed cost. It's my job to do this. I have to do it. Here's what I recommend all of you do. If you're on the fence about this game, don't pre-order it. I say this for every game. Don't pre-order any games because developers, capital M in the market, have lost my faith. Okay. I'll pre-order the game and show it to all of you and make honest guides on it that are pro-viewer, pro-consumer, and then you can make up your mind. So this is all nice. First L. Don't like this. Hate. Or pay us money. Get early access to game. Hate it.
Sure, this allows people to get into the game early, but it also helps us to make sure that we can balance the server load as people come into the game through launch.
Look, that's true. But let's be honest. He could have ended the sentence at, it helps us. Period. This is not an untrue statement, but it is marketing speak. And if you come to my channel as a marketer, I did this for 10 years, chat. I literally worked at a game studio and I've managed tens of millions of dollars into hundreds of millions of dollars in paid organic and social media, influencer marketing, etc. This is not an untrue statement. It will help them to balance the servers. It will. But it's still a toxic practice that's not pro you. Why can't they open up the servers? Hey, everybody, America servers are going live on Tuesday and Europe servers are going live on Wednesday or vice versa. And then just keep moving the time zone over every 6 hours and we're going to gate it by a day. Why not do that? Because that wouldn't make them money. see what I'm saying?
For the best possible experience. And players who want the fresh start experience will still be able to play on new servers, which will launch when the game launches on the 20th of May.
Sure.
Lastly, we'll be...
That's good. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt here, chat. You have the early access. There are the servers that will launch at early access. In their forward thinking, gotta tell you, that's a good way to do this, albeit still don't love the early access practice. This is a good way to do it. On launch day, there will be more new servers that those early access people are not going to go over to, probably, because their items and their stuff are on these servers, the early access servers. So you buying the game and not wanting to spend more money on another week, just get 5 days back, you can then launch with your buddies on new at launch servers. Okay, fair enough. I accept.
We're releasing a blog with all of the information I've shared, and it'll include updated PC specs for running the game.
That's good.
Our benchmark mode is also still live if you want to check how your PC will run the game before you pre-order.
Was that a garage?
Also still live if you want to check how...
Look. We've reacted to the game stuff in the past. Game looks good. I'm excited to figure out how to get a server going with the fans so that we can, like, be in dune buggies and go battle sandworms together. Okay? We're going to figure out how to do that. I don't want to do it on a public server. It might be like 3 months from now because maybe I can't rent the server until then. We'll see. So that's a thick door. Anybody seen I love Charlie Wilson's work.
How your PC will run the game before you pre-order.
That's a thick door.
Thanks very much for listening. I look forward to seeing you all on the sands of Arrakis.
Me too. Look, this was good. Okay, here's the video. We'll put this in the description as well, so you can go check out the comments and do that kind of stuff live. Super interesting. The pre-order stuff is live. I did pre-order the game, again, so that I can get it and show it to you all. Let me show you how this goes. All right. Does it show the model here? All right. This is what I wanted. First of all, you can see, right, this is something you need to prepare for Dune Awakening, are the PC specs. This is, I got this link by clicking from here and going to, scrolling down a little bit, it shows you the PC specs. I love that they show this out of the gate. Look at what it needs, 75 gigs. It's a massive game. This is big. This is kind of standard now. I don't like that the games are this big now, but you know, I understand it and makes sense. I got to tell you that I'm not going to be able to run this game at Ultra. I have a 3070 Ti, yeah. So I can't run this game past high, but when I'm streaming, I'm probably not going to be running it on high anyway, because I typically do like a lot of other stuff going on. So you can use this as a way to benchmark your PC and see what's up and go from there. Wasn't there a graphic showing pre-orders as well? And the various things you can get for pre-ordering? I'm pretty sure. Give me a moment, chat. You guys get the behind the scenes. We're going to go to Funcom's site and we're going to see if they have it. Okay. Can't do it on the Ultra. Yeah. It's something else, huh? So let's do games. Funcom, chat. I respect him. I do. I hope this works. Pre-order now. Let me click this. Okay. I am born. Give me the Steam challenge. I don't know why Steam keeps challenging me for this. All right, show me. I saw a graphic that let me see what you could pre-order and how it worked. Let me just Google it. Dune Awakening pre-order chart. This is going to be out of the YouTube video, chat. I'm just going to show it to you. Okay. Let's see it. I'm just going to click all these links, and one of these is going to give me what I want. Okay. Here we go. All right, so ads aside, we're on some other site, whatever. These are the stuff you're going to get when you buy the game. So the standard edition, you can buy these now, but again, don't pre-order stuff. I'll pre-order stuff. Okay, thank you. It's on Steam, the graph. Okay, gosh, thank you. You get the base game, a terrarium, and a sunset. So the pre-order bonuses for the standard edition are these. You get a terrarium and you get like a die set. You don't need these. Would you like a terrarium of the little rabbit? Sure. Of the Muad'Dib rabbit? Sure. But again, if you want to pre-order the game, if you feel like you're going to play it, do it. If not, don't worry about it. Call it a day. So the deluxe edition is going to get all of these. Okay, so we come down to this. You get armor. You get the season pass if you're doing the deluxe edition, and you get the head start. So the standard edition, you can pre-order the game with the standard edition, and you don't get a head start. That's pretty lame. I think all pre-orders should have the head start, but you know, whatever. May 15th. So what we're going to do is we're going to see if I can stream the game on May 15th. I think I can because it's launching, but I have to check the NDA and all that. I might have to wait to stream it until the launch day, even though this is the launch day. So check there, check back, and then you'll see what's up. The Ultimate Edition gets literally everything. So you get a bike swatch, probably a skin, an ornithopter skin, a soundtrack, an art book, whatever. A still suit from the game, a building set. I don't know what this means. We'll have to see. A Bator armor and then everything else. So which one should you get? Honestly, I think the only really valuable one is this one. Because what you're paying for with the deluxe edition is actually the season pass and the head start. So instead of buying a season pass for a game that you haven't played yet, that you're unsure of, I would not do that. I would not get the deluxe edition and the ultimate edition. Chat, I'll just be honest with you. I got the ultimate edition because I'm going to see if I can give some of these items away to y'all. Do I have to keep the ornithopter swatch? I'll just give it to one of you. You know, I would get the standard edition because if you're going to pre-order it, because then you get the terrarium and the cool little Muad'Dib bunny. But if you don't want to pre-order the game, don't. If you are unsure about the game, don't buy the game, and definitely don't get the one that has the season pass in it if you're unsure about the game. That's what I recommend that you should do. Okay. So that's Dune Awakening. It's coming up. We announced on this stream that we are going to be figuring out how to play with all of you. Very excited for that, okay? You also saw how to spec your computer, what the monetization model is, and some good discussions about how things go. We are going to be doing some Dune Awakening guides and seeing how you can get some good items in the game. So make sure you come on back and you can see if this game is worth spending the money on. We're always about the viewer and the consumer first. I hope Funcom does well. Dune is one of my favorite movies in recent time, and I've read the first 2 books. I'm not probably reading any more books because the stuff gets weird fast. So make sure if you want the best Dune guides, you sub right here. And if you want all the best game news, that's this playlist right here. We'll see you in the next video, y'all. Thanks very, very much. Dune Awakening, y'all. Dune Awakening, huh? Let's look at the comments with you. Chat, you know that we like to do this with you all. Let's see what people are saying about this, okay? I love his invisible ball. Yes, his like Dune Awakening is Dune Awakening is gonna be Dune Away. You know, so we'll see. Have I watched the Dune TV show? No, but I've seen clips and it's pretty nuts. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the alt history where Jessica has a daughter instead. I think it's necessary. Konom. I like that. I would have liked to play the game where we're with Paul. But then we're like, what? I go see the movie and I know what's going to happen in the game, right? This lets them do their own thing, lets them experience stuff. I like that. So honestly, among all the controversies in video game nowadays, this is really refreshing to hear some honest and straightforward with their game. Looking forward to it. I totally agree. I could not agree more that the fact that Funcom is out of the gate going, here's our monetization model. Here's what we're trying to do with y'all. Here's how we want to help make a really good game. It's a W. I give them nothing but props for Dune Awakening. With that said, I'll pre-order the game so you don't have to. Okay, come to my stream, come see how it is, and then buy the game if you would like. Only after you see it getting played. Don't trust reviews. Don't trust journalists. Come see it live for yourself so you don't have to see what someone typed up about the game. You can see it live for yourself, okay? So let's see it. So Defiance, I've heard of Defiance. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So some great upfront information here. Love the forward thinking on all the monetization models. Thank you, Funcom. Thank you, Funcom. Good stuff. Gotta say, good stuff. At least Italians have different hand signs for every meaning. This guy has one sign for every word. You can see Dune Awakening. It has to be done. Honest and transparent communication. We'd love to see it. I'm glad to see that everybody's kind of agreeing. That it's good. That it's working. Really, really cool. All right, Chad, that's our Dune Awakening look for the day. We're going to go back to the EVE Online category. I don't remember if there's drops today. Don't remember if there's drops today, but we are going to make sure that we're in EVE when we're talking about EVE stuff. So y'all can get your drops if it's going. So what do y'all think? Type 1 in chat if you're interested in Dune Awakening. Type 2 in chat if you're, I don't really care. It is what it is. It doesn't really matter to me. 1 if you're interested. 2 if you're apathetic. Which one are you thinking, chat? Which one are you thinking? I'm genuinely interested in what y'all are thinking right now, okay? Some 2s are to be expected, right? About 1/3 are 2s. About half are 2s. About half are 2s. A lot are 2s. Okay, so it's not half. It's a lot of 2s. That's interesting. Thank you for your votes, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for that. So I'm a 2 because I can't afford it. There it is. So what are the choices again? I love it, Jack. Type 1 if you're interested. 2 if you're apathetic. That's it. So playing the beta. Yes. Good. That's good enough. Don't want to break NDA. That's right. So one comes big negative. Fair enough. Can't ruin it. Yes, exactly. Okay. All right. Shall we get some other? That's good. Thank you for the feedback, y'all. Thank you for the feedback. Apokrev coming in tier 1.
Out of your mind.
And Warling gifting a sub. God bless you. Gifting
a tier 1 to 90 mit sauce. Good to have you. Tier 1. Out of your mind. That's it.
Well done. That's right, Czar. Yes. There it is. I'm enjoying your dude content, but I don't care about the particular game. That's fine. You know, Nihilist, good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome. Good to have you. All right, chat. Let's talk EVE Frontier, and then we're going to get back to EVE Online right after that. Okay. We're going to get back to EVE Online right after that. We have to talk about the new EVE Frontier things. Okay. Let's see it. I got to open up a couple of EVE Frontier things, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. All right. Okay. EVE Frontier, CCP Games' new title, which is going into the Web3 market, has released some limited edition packs. These are cosmetics. We're going to talk about it, why it's good, why it's bad, and what I think this means for the future of the game. Let's talk about it right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. Loru here, digital advertiser, content creator, and EVE enjoyer for the better part of 10 years now. And EVE Frontier, we've talked about it a lot. There's a lot to be said about EVE Frontier, a hardcore survival MMO, potentially the first ever Web3 game that actually is successful. Let's talk about the packs that they've released, what they are factually, and then what they mean, conjecture based on me. Okay. We are going to talk about the new NDA that they've recently relaxed. We're going to talk about that in a separate video. This is going to be purely about EVE Frontier and the packs therein. Okay, so let's talk about this. First of all, we have 3 $70 packs. Each are cosmetics. Let's read what they are. They are, scroll, I don't really see anything at the top here. So these limited time packs themed around different tribes from the Frontier are exclusive to founder access. They don't grant access to the closed alpha. So then they have a bunch of like lore stuff, whatever. The exclusive right to build a cosmetic structure, to decorate your base in space, sure. The pack also includes a unique character portrait, which will is the operative word, turn into a full suit 3D asset in the future. Okay, just we're gonna talk. Pause the typing. We're gonna talk about it. I see it. Okay. The rights to build these cosmetic structures will be resellable in the future and is launching at a 30% discounted for founders of the Frontier. The developers of these assets is not finalized, but the Frontier founders will receive them in-game as soon as they are ready. And this is what the base structures will look like, whatever. And then you get this. So what is this literally? We're going to talk about what the conjecture is in just a moment. What this is a better PFP. This sounds like Web3 crypto stuff. You're right. And it's a cosmetic you can build in-game in the EVE Frontier and then sell on the market for what it is. That's what it is. That's all it is. You don't get access to the game. This buying $70, which for a digital asset marked down from 100 is on a digital asset that doesn't get you access to the game, I need to be completely honest and direct with y'all. This is ridiculous. It is not good. I don't like this. Let me explain. I'll do some devil's advocate stuff. Let me explain. Digital assets launching at a markdown price for 4 days. This is a marketing thing that tries to get you to buy because it's limited. I have to get it now. It's not going to be available. What if I like the game? It's $30 off. The problem with this, the biggest smoking gun, and my biggest problem with this is that spending $70 does not give you access to the game. It just gives you a like JPEG, that's all it is. That's all it is, cosmetic, and a fun-looking base thing that we don't know what it is, and you can't even use it right now. The game ain't done. It's in the future. You're literally paying money for something that isn't available yet. Here's what I'll say. Now, pause. Here's what's good about this. The game might not be a subscription game. We don't know what the monetization is. So launching cosmetics like this does help the studio to make more dope stuff. And them launching these things does help the game to have more funding from the people that want it to succeed. And then they can hire more devs. They can make cool stuff. They can speed up timelines. It helps. But we need to put this within reality, because hope, the future, doesn't exist. The past is set in stone. The future does not exist. It's only the present that we have. So since eFrontier is all about its conjecture and all about its forward thinking, let's say, we need to be realistic as gamers about what this is. We've seen this before. And as someone who wants eFrontier to win, I want this game to work. How many of you have seen a crypto Web3 game that has put out monetizable cosmetics, PFPs, you know my past chant, that has ended up being a failed studio? We just saw that Midnight Society closed its doors a couple weeks ago after all these people bought founder access passes, literally the same name, and now it's a defunct studio. Yeah, Dead Rop. They changed the name of the game after I left, and sheesh, that even the name of the game was Dead Rop. It's ridiculous. So that's what happened. I can talk less about them. Here's the reality of this. There's never been a successful Web3 game. And I think that eFrontier could be the first successful Web3 game. I do. I believe in the CCP Games devs. I think that how they're going about this works. The gameplay we've seen of the Feral Moon Eater, of them doing the alpha gameplay, it looks interesting. And as somebody who's played the alpha, not NDA breaking to say, I'm having good time. I'm having good time. You know, I can't talk about we'll talk more about what I've literally done later, but game is interesting. I like the game. We'll see where it goes. It's very alpha, very early. I like what I've seen so far. My number one problem with this cosmetic is that it does not also give you access to the game for $70. I understand that because this is going to be on the blockchain and because there's a Web3 element in the game, that you're buying access to an item that you can then resell down the line for potentially more money. But that's the problem I have with this. It's the potential. It's a maybe. It's a not tangible. Okay. When we review the EVE Online packs, when we talk about the stuff that's on the cash shop, what do I always tell you? The game skins are not worth the money. EVE Online put out a skin. Let me come here really quick, chat, to make sure I can go to the EVE Online store. Okay. Store. I don't want to do OPSEC information if I can help it, chat. Let's see it. All right. So let's do this. When we go to the EVE Online store and we talk about the packs that are on sale, these packs are actually pretty great because you can play the same game we all love for half off. It's great. These are good packs. This is for the EVE Online store. I like this. This is tangible. This pack, we talked about it when it came out, is absolutely a waste. $35 for a bunch of in-game skins. That's it. No Omega, no Plex, no skill points, just skins. So if I say this pack is a waste of time, what am I supposed to say about this pack? Look, here's the reality. I want eFrontier to win. I think Eve Frontier is going to win if I'm able, and you, the player base, are able to give calm but firm opinions. Having a cosmetic that does not give access to anything. This asset is not usable for years. This asset isn't finished. It just shows me the shoulders up and not the whole body because it's not done yet, or and I don't get access to the game. This is more red flags than I would like it to be. And as somebody that wants Eve Frontier to win, I don't like this. And I don't recommend you buy these. I bought one so that I can support the devs and help them to win. I want the game to win. I don't recommend my fans buy it. I'm going to buy it so that when the game comes out, I hope it comes out, I can, of course, give these to y'all for cheaper and call it a day. That's what we always like to try to do. So I'm going to support the devs and do this and try to do that. I don't recommend y'all do this because the game is it's closer to unfinished than it is to finished. That's what I'm talking about. When we do our coverage of games, I believe in the CCP devs. And I'm allowed to have two truths in my mind at once. I believe in the CCP devs that they can make Frontier work. And there's never been a successful Web3 game. Every single studio that has backed Web3 has been there for 4 years. They make some money and then it fails. It goes away. It dies. So I think that the chances that this becomes a $70 that you throw into a hole and set on fire is higher than this becoming an actual usable in-game asset. Frontier devs, I believe in you. Putting this up without game access is not the move. I disagree. You can disagree with me. That's fine. Prove us wrong. Prove me wrong. Keep making the best damn game you can. I'll keep giving honest feedback, and together we'll hopefully make the Frontier place that thrives. All eFrontier news is going to be in this playlist right here. Good and bad. Send this video to anybody that says, Loru's a shill. What I am is here for you, the consumer. My integrity is more valuable to me than hyping up a pack that doesn't even give you game access. So if you want the best EVE guides, Frontier, EVE Online, and Vanguard, that's this button right here, sub for more. I want you to be informed and you to be able to make the best informed decisions possible. So thanks. We'll see you in the next video, y'all. Hopefully EVE Frontier is good. I'll report on it either way. See you soon. Okay, chat. Okay. So look. I just can't support it, okay? I just can't. Cosmetics like this help the studio to be able to hire more, do more, and helps the budget to be able to do more dope stuff. That's true. And this doesn't give you access to the game for $70. Look, chat, money's tight right now. For $70, I can go onto Steam and go get 3 games that I can play today. Or I can get a JPEG and usable item in game that isn't usable yet. I just can't. I can't be, to me, it's about, I have to be intellectually consistent. And if I call out this pack for not being great, then I have to also call out this pack. I want EVE Frontier to succeed. I think EVE Frontier could be the first ever game that we could play to make a living in, like Ready Player One style. That could be a thing. But for now, man, there's some red flags. I don't like it. So, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? By the way, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk to the EVE Frontier devs next week, and I'm gonna ask them about this. I'm gonna say, guys, why can't the cosmetics include a paid game? Like, these are, I hear what you're saying, but they're $70 for a cosmetic that straight up isn't usable for years. That's a lot of faith to be asking your fans to put in a title where, I'm not sorry to say, isn't playable yet. The game's fun. The game's snappy. I enjoy it, but it's in early alpha. So, and they can't use these things you're asking money for years. That's like me saying, guys, give me Hey everybody, I have a new patron tier, and it is going to be something in 5 years, but give me money now. No one's gonna do that. You know, that's not good. So I hope that's gonna happen because I'm moving to South America. There it is. Crypto is the future of all money. I honestly agree with you, Dan. I agree with you that we're moving way towards digital assets. All it takes is one success story. And I think Eve Frontier could be that success story. I really do. I think it could, but it might not. And we're going to talk about it. So Ready Player One doesn't make money outside the game. It does though. Crazy Ace. If you look at like how the movie was structured, the digital assets in game were bought and sold for real world currency. That's why the dude's mom or the girl's mom was in like a jail because she incurred a debt to the corporation that owned the thing. So she had to work off the debt in the game, right? So it was literally in the game. So, and sure, and the book was different from the movie. Exactly. Yes. Yes. So, yeah, everyone is required to use police skins. There it is. I don't trust Frontier with my money. What if the game gets canceled? So does my money. That's what a rug pull is. And correct. Tupa. It's why I am harsh with these packs. Because if you go back and look at any Web3 crypto studio, it's just, hey guys, we have a founder pack. You can buy the pack. The hype is really high. Hey guys, we have these cosmetics that, you know, when the game is successful, we're going to use it. It's going to be good. And then the game dies and the studio dies. How many, man. I don't regret my time at Midnight Society, but I also don't regret leaving. I can tell you that much. Sheesh. I'm new to Eve. I heard the CCP had some other games and all of them failed. Why do you trust them with this? It's a great question, Obane. I can tell you that Eve Online is one of the most successful MMOs out there. And how Eve Online is played is very similar to how Frontier is being played. Think of Eve Online as a game you can enjoy with your buds, and Eve Frontier as like playable Eve, but it's a job. Like you could make money off it. We'll see. We'll see. Why I trust the CCP Games devs, even after this, I still trust them, albeit red flags, is because I think they're smart enough to do it. I don't think these other studios are smart enough and passionate enough just to be direct to make a game like Frontier and have it be successful. And what I've seen so far is good. Good. We'll see. We'll see. Crypto isn't real world currency. If I can't hold it, it's not the same. That's fair for now. We'll see. So the question is, should we be playing it now? What I'll tell you about Eve Frontier is this. You can go into their Discord and you can watch the videos and you can try it. They had a trial period for their servers the other day. I don't know if it's open now. I don't think it's open now. If you have to pay to play it, it's so early, I wouldn't. I mean, do what you want. I'm not your dad. You can go do it when they have another free weekend and see what's up, right? That's what I would recommend you do. It's all about your level of interest in this kind of title. If you're like super skeptical and you just don't care, don't give him money. But if you're like, you know what? I'd like to try it. And I'm a working adult and I can afford whatever their founder access pack is, $50. Call it a $50. If it works, I spend $50 and I'm happy. If it doesn't, I spend $50 and I'm not really sad about it. Do what you want. It depends on your individual situation. Okay, for sure. So, I liked the trial personally, Crazy Ace, but that's fine. You can think it's bad, you know. Yes, it would be super cool, Innocent. Super cool. Yes. So, don't fork over cash because of FOMO. That's what I'm trying to say. I want Frontier to work. And I'm going to be harsh on it when I see cosmetics for a game that isn't out and the cosmetics aren't done and spending $70 doesn't even get you the game. It's too much. In my opinion, it's too much. I hope that the CCP Games devs win with Frontier. I hope it does. And I'm allowed, and so are you, to be critical of things that we disagree with. I'm pro-consumer first because the consumer stays, companies rise and fall. That's just the reality. But, you know, yes, it is an Unreal. It is an Unreal Engine. Yes, it is an Unreal Engine. Oof. Goodness gracious, Eve Online. And can I just level with y'all? let's do a giveaway, and then we'll watch Oz's new video. Oz has a good marketing guide coming out. There's a lot going on in the market. We got to check out Oz. Let's do a giveaway, and then we'll go from there. Can I be honest with y'all? I saw up until those cosmetic packs, I was like, eFrontier's doing good. They're not making bad decisions. I like the direction the game is going. I like the community engagement that they're having. It's all going well. I saw those cosmetics and my heart dropped. Because I was like, it's just the same crap again. It's like nothing changed. I've been on their side of the aisle. I've been on my side of the aisle. And I just keep seeing the same, like, there's 3 years of hype, a 4th year of like uncertainty, and then the 5th year the game dies. And I hope it doesn't. It looks, chat, I want to play Frontier and make money doing it. I want to make guides on it for YouTube and then make a cool item in the game and then sell it for money. Ugh. I want to, but goodness, it has to work. So it doesn't worry me, Innocent. I can honestly tell you that A16Z, their funding in the game does not worry me, because more funding means a better game, hopefully, potentially. So, Warling, what you got, buddy? Warling, what you giving us, huh? Warling, chat, Warling giving us a bunch of good skins. Ladies and gentlemen, Warling, gifting us some skins, the man himself. The man himself. It is their own engine, Jacob. It is the Carbon engine, and it is going open source. So you can code in it as well. Warling, God bless you, my friend. Cleaning out the closet. Well done, Warling. Can we get some 07s for Warling, chat? Look at this. We got a radioactive suit. And chat, this is a... What do you mean it's 10 billion-esque? What is it? Warling. Oh. Oh, chat. This Gila skin is 3.5... Oh. Chat, this Gila skin is 3.5 billion-esque. Oh, it's got particles. One of you is going to get that Gila skin right now. Okay? In order to win the giveaway, in order to win this Gila skin right now, smoldering in all of its glory. Thank you, Warling. Of course, you must be in the Discord, and you must be following on Twitch or subbed on YouTube. Come on down, chat. Come on down. We do Eve giveaways like this every single time. Cardinal, come on down. Join the Discord. Be following the stream. Always the free stuff, chat. That's all you got to do. Come on down. We'll give you a couple minutes. 3 billion-esque. You can sell it. You can apply it. Do what you want. Do what you want. And we will continue. Okay? Come on down, chat. We'll see you. And here's the fun part, Loots, right? We just got done talking about eFrontier skins and how they're not good. So what's the difference between this skin and the eFrontier skins? What's the difference? Couple. First of all, the eFrontier skins are buyable only with money, and the game that it's a part of isn't out yet. It's not usable, and its future, maybe, we'll see, we're finishing it still, promises. This skin is something I can give out to y'all, I can sell to y'all right now in-game here. So the base methodology is there that, hey, this is still just a game skin that's expensive and there's value to it. So what's the difference between this skin and the eFrontier skin? The difference is what's here today, what's here now. So the stuff with Frontier is it's all promises, and again, the future doesn't exist, and the past is set in stone. And what the past has showed us is every single Web3 crypto game studio has risen, fallen, risen, fallen. I hope that Frontier is the first one to break that curse. I hope. I think it could. Time will tell. And no matter what happens, I'm going to report on it to all of you. All right, chat, let's get this giveaway going. The last thing you have to type for this Gila big skin is, of course, type Warling. One time, case sensitive Warling. Thank you again. Big stuff. Big stuff. Let's see it. So, what happens to CCP if it flops? I don't know, because I'm not behind the curtains. I don't know how their monetization structure is all over the place, right? So Star Citizen just got in trouble for selling things that aren't usable. There it is. So I mean, chat, Star Citizen looks to me like it's a glorified storefront that is, it's not even a video game. So it's just a storefront. Hudson, I see you on YouTube. You got to be in Discord, my friend. Must be in Discord. Must be in Discord. In Discord. See? Must be. So botting, how will it be addressed? What they've said, this is a great question that we're going to ask the devs on the upcoming thing. What they've said is they're going to make it so that the players can kill the bots, that botting won't be as profitable as someone actually playing the game. We'll see. We'll see. So we will see. So solo and small groups will be dead in the water. I don't know if it'll be dead in the water. I don't know. We'll see. The moment they allow this, it will become a Zerg fest and we'll extract mass value from it. We'll see, Crazy. We will see. We will see. So, oof, Lucy, I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry about that. You know, just remember, I think that we as consumers need to let time be our biggest ally. There's nothing wrong with spending a little bit of income on a video game you think might happen. Some of you are going to go, some people are going to watch that video that we just put out of the skins, and they're going to go buy those E-Frontier skins because they're going to see them. They're going to go, you know what? I think I want to buy this, and that's fine. But you're gambling. And you're gambling that the items are going to be worth something, that the items are good. I'm hoping that they are, but today they are not. And that's why I can't recommend it. So, you know, so for sure. Oh, sorry, Robert. Come on, get it done for next stream. You know, we do this all the time. So I don't think you're ever going to be able to stop botting Tupac. I don't think you're ever going to be able to stop it because of how video games are. I think you can work to minimize it, but I don't think you can stop it. And also, I'm not a dev. I don't know. You know, I'm just some streamer guy. I'm not sure. So I can tell you that the bots in Eve are just more things for us to hunt. I wonder if it'll be similar in Eve Frontier. You know, especially if in Eve Frontier your ships, your items, are usable to get, if they become able to be like real world assets. You can't just have an AFK venture in Eve Frontier, from what it looks like to me, from the publicly available information. Because if you have a miner bot that's just sitting on a rock mining stuff, if I warp in and take his stuff, I can then go sell his stuff for real money. This incentivizes hunters to be everywhere at all times, which then means that you have to be corped up, dude. Time to get the friendship going, which is a good thing, I think. So we will see about that, Simba. It's for sure. I think AI should be able to detect bots and use aptitude pattern recognition. I agree with her. I agree. You got to remember, y'all, that like this stuff is all new. We talk about bots when I type soul to this giveaway is done, chat. When we talk about bots and AI and, you know, pay to earn things, this is all bleeding edge tech that has happened in the last 5 years. Video games, even video games, capital V, capital G, are still new compared to humanity, you know? So the idea that we can exist and live in a digital world and be paid for it is new in the last couple years. The idea that people spend their lives in a video game, my parents didn't get it because they didn't grow up with it like we did. So this is all brand new stuff. So it's going to be messy. And this is why I like what eFrontier is doing. They're trying to be first. Soul, by the way. They're trying to be first. The first ever pay-to-earn game that works. If they're first. If they get this going, they're going to make a lot of money. If they're first. If it don't work, well, there goes the project. So we'll see. It's just about time. That's why I always say, don't pre-order games. I'll do it as a streamer and I'll show you what's up. That way you get the better information. I'm hoping and praying in 4 years' time, I can say to you, chat, it's time. The NDA is done. We're going to have dedicated eFrontier streams. I'm going to be grouping up with people and we'll get a Thursday fleet going and we'll be in Frontier. We'll see. We'll see. That's true, Polish. It's all brand new stuff. So, for sure. Does the real money all come from users, as in players need to spend money for other players to make it? I don't know, Andrew. It's a new thing. I'm not sure. I don't know. So, you know, 14,000 bots, 24/7 in Eve, but as a company, can you hate it when it puts population count on your server? I think that people overestimate the amount of bots that are out there. I think that people like to say that I think the bitter vets, I'm not saying you're one, I think the bitter vets like to point to the bots and say, look at how many bots there are, the game is dying. I don't think the game is dying, chat, because if there's that many bots, that just means we get to go hunt Ishtars. And it's going to be a good time, chat. I really do. Yo, we got a brand new person one. Dude was just perusing and saw it. Here it is. It's Leonardo coming in, getting a 3 billion-esque Gila skin. Congratulations, Leonardo. Congratulations. Leonardo, what we're going to do is we're going to give you your item. After stream, you're brand new to the community, Leonardo. It's good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. You get the good stuff. Let me make sure that I put this in here. Is Gila skin. Gila skin. Leonardo, you get excellent stuff. Great things. Great things. We're going to put your Gila skin into the giveaway done folder, my friend. Now that 3 billion Gila skin is yours, you get it, and we're going to give it to you after stream, my friend. So make sure you keep checking on our Discord to get your winnings, okay? If I don't have your in-game name, you can DM it to me on Discord, my friend. And look, as always, you can check our giveaway status chat, see what the status of things are. This is our first stream of the week. We give out stuff within a couple days of stream, okay? Y'all are new, so you get your winnings. You're welcome, Epic. Thank you. And thank you, Warling, yes, for the epic item. Bless you, Warling. We got a ton more skins to give away, and we got some command ships, some monitors. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take a quick break. It's 11:50. Well, I'll be right back. We're going to take like a 15-minute break. We're going to come back at 5 after. We're all about wellness here. So if you're going to bounce, follow the stream. We'll see you when you're done. But when we return, we're going to do another giveaway when we return for big money, big stuff in game. We're going to be back at about 5 after. Then we're going to continue more EVE Online stuff. We'll be right back, y'all. Go get some stretch and touch some grass. I'm going to go do some pull-ups to get the old blood pumping, all right? We'll be right back with more stuff in just a moment, y'all. We'll be right back. Chat. A little early back. Back a little early. You know. Back a little early. How we doing? Have a little break, you know? Get a little breaky poo going. How we doing, chat? Welcome back. Had some lunch. I can tell when I start feeling like low blood sugar. And I gotta just go get stuff. I'm not like diabetic or anything, but I am. My stamina is like, I burn through food so fast. I asked my wife, I eat like a pound every time. I just like, oh, has it been 2 hours? Time to eat again. You know? Such is life for a tall metabolism. That's the word, boy. So good to see you. Bob Ezel. Good to see you.
Welcome. Absolutely a member of the Inner Sanctum. It's good to have you.
Over on YouTube, it's good to see you. Yeah. Awesome. And chat, we got a new patron. This shows you how awesome y'all are. Okay. We had some speed bumps with our Patreon recently with CCB Games telling me that my mugs are weird. We did all the good stuff on the new thing, and I gotta tell you, Sursum, you signed up for Patreon. We have new merch designs coming in based on, you know, CCB Games being, you know, them and telling me I gotta change them out. Sursum and Ethan signed up for mugs. You did it, dude. They signed up. We have the new designs are pending. Oh, but this is really good analogy. Look at the difference. Eve Frontier, we were just talking about it. They say, hey, here's some cosmetics. But the history of companies that have done Web3 skins, they have, hey, give us money, and then they fail within like a couple years. So I'm telling you probably not to do it. Sursum and Ethan signed up for mug designs that don't exist. They're in the future. They're not real. They're not, but look at the history. Look at the hundreds of you that have gotten mugs from us in the past, and we've sent them out, and we do them every month, and we have a record of it. There's a history of it. That's set in stone. So, Ethan, Sursum, thank you for being new Tier 2 patrons. 07 for you. So, and I'm excited for you, Sursum, to get those mugs. Thank you for being here. Chat, can we get some 07s for Sursum and Ethan, new patrons in the midst of this speed bump that we are turning into something better? You signed up. That's amazing. That's amazing. Can't wait for the new mug. Yes, sir, Gemmin. You're gonna be good. Gonna be good. If you want to join the Patreon chat, it's free. Join the Patreon for free. Those that support get extra. The content is always free, chat. Those that support get extra. All right, y'all. Let's do this giveaway. We said we'd give away something when we came back. I'm thinking we give away an EOS, chat. This is a 400 million-isk ship. Let's give away a lovely drone boat, recently nerfed, but still viable. The EOS, still viable. Why can't I use my Galente Victory skin here? We have a Zydrine burn. Is there an EOS Zydrine skin here? Oh, too bad, chat. Bad war for the Federation. Either way, you're going to be getting an EOS. Let's give you this lovely green lad right here. Ladies and gentlemen, right here. If you want to win this giveaway, you first must be following on Twitch or subbed on YouTube. Then you got to be in Discord. Do those two things and you're in. Come on down. Goldcast, of course. Anybody we get this question all the time. Hey, can I join your Corp? Hey, can I join your Corp? My alliance is joinable, but I have zero hiring power on purpose. Okay? On purpose. I don't want power. I purposefully have said, hey, y'all pick who you want. Don't worry about them being my viewer or not. You can always apply to KYBERNAUT, see if they take you. Even if my alliance doesn't take you, joining our Discord and saying, hey, I have X skill points. Is there a Corp in here that would take me? Where do I apply? Definitely can get it done in there. Eve Uni is a really good place to start. Eve University is a really good place to start. Also, our friends over at Astral Acquisitions. There it is. You were on TV Warling, or Quake. You were. There it is. So, how large is the alliance? I don't remember how many members, but we're, I think mid-size is a good way to put it. Mid-size. So I have to look how many members. That's a good question. I don't know off the top of my head. So, you know. Appreciate your PI guides. Yes. That's Vogue. That's how I think. I'm glad you said that, because like the crayon, yeah, that's a good. I'm gonna call it that from now on with like the pen. I love this stupid thing where this actually lets me like, you know, do it better, because I can think like this, you know, with like a silly smiley face. But because if it's like, do this, then do this, and then the next will be, you just keep going down the line. That really does help. It helps a lot. So totally correct, totally right. We got Bobby B coming in, raiding the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We're about to give away an EOS. Okay, it's good to see you. Bobby B! Bobby B dropping the people off. It's good to see ya. Chat, welcome in the Raiders. 07 to the Raiders. 07s for you. The Raidies, the Raiders. Good to have you. Welcome. Welcome. Good to see you. Name's Loru. And I bring the energy to the Eve category. Good to have you. We're about to do a giveaway for an EOS. If you want to enter in, you got to be following on Twitch or subbed on YouTube. Choose the free stuff. And then come in Discord. That's it. Be in Discord. Be following the chat. Do you want ISK? We got it for you. We got a bunch of goodies. Of course, if you follow, you can have access, of course, to the giveaways. We got 12 billion to give away. We're not going to be doing it all today, but, you know, we will see about it. I'm inactive for 20 days a month. When I'm home, I maybe play a few hours a day, sometimes more. Luzi, yes. Eve sounds like the perfect game for you because you can keep skilling up. And then when you play, you're like, new stuff's ready, right? Yeah, T2 Merm, exactly. I do love Merm. And PI sounds like it's really good for you, Luzi, because you can set up your PI, make it going, and then sure, 20 days is long. You're not going to be able to, you know, you're not going to get maximum value, but you can set up your PI in such a way that it has long cycle times, and then you can get a bunch of resources, and then when you come back, at least you have something waiting for you in terms of income, right? That's a good idea. So, there's no giveaway currently pending. Let's give the rest of the people in chat coming in a chance to come down. Gift, it's good to have you. Bobby B, how was the stream? What were you doing today? How was your stream? Hope everything went well for you. Hope it's going well. Thanks for dropping off the people. You trust me. With the viewers, I'll give it to you. We don't do the IGC command here. Come on down to the Discord. Follow. On screen. Read. Ladies and gentlemen, you can read. Do the new update to PI. Don't get me started. It's so good. I just keep thinking about the amount of time I wasted on my alts. I did my waiting. 12 years of it. In New Eden. Amazing. So DBD. Yo, Dead by Daylight. That's a name I have not heard in a long time, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so Dead by, what were you playing in DBD? I'm a hag main myself. Back in the day, haven't played in years. I'm a hag main. My claim to fame was that I would always 4-kill. Always. You're not getting out, baby. Oh, not against my hag build. Too busy controlling the map for you to be able to get past me. You know what I'm saying? I got you, Nick. Yes, it was a good time. Definitely a good time. Chat, the word that you're going to type is code Loru. Type some code Loru one time, case sensitive, into Discord. One time, case sensitive, into Discord. Let's get it done. Maybe way to stay and set a PI null for the first time. Good job, B9. Just make sure you got a deluge. It's worth the train. The covert ops cloak is going to help you a ton. Be able to stay alive from hunters, all these various things. And the number one thing that I recommend, B9, for people doing PI in dangerous areas of space is that you do it at different hours of the day to see when the people come out. So like try it in the morning, maybe you wake up, and while you're kind of sipping coffee, you go check out your, who's in local. Then you try it at night. Who's are different people in local? Check it out, see what's up. This way, if there's like 10 people in local at night, but in the morning there's 3, maybe go then. Maybe check it out then instead. So your main survivor at the moment, nice, love it. So, I haven't played any of the new killers. It's just been years since I checked it out. It's still a good game. That said, Dead by Daylight, ladies and gentlemen, fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a big sale going on right now on the Marquee store. And you're probably looking at this going, which one do I pick? I don't know what the difference is.
Help me, Loru. You're my only hope.
I got you, everybody. We detail out over on our Patreon for free. Every single time there's one of these sales, we detail this out for you. Step by step, what I recommend, what the best deal is, and how to use it to better your EVE Online experience. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. I recommend the 3-month deal or the 6-month deal to be able to get your PI, indie, and trade skill alts going. That's what this sale is for. This one sale unlocks your character, unlocks your playthrough. Because you get this one, 3 months of Omega, 6 months of MCT, means you have all 3 characters on your account, get training for 3 months. 3 months is just enough. You can get PI and some in indie trained up. so you can get your PI going. And then you have 3 characters doing PI. You can get a bunch of crap. Enjoy it. If you use my code Loru, on these sites, you get the same Eve items or cheaper. So you know this is on sale for half off. You come in here and use my code Loru. It's on sale again. And I know it's not a big sale. I know. But it's the same Eve items you already get for cheaper. So use my code on the site to get a double sale. Thank you to the hundreds of you that use my code every month. We're up to 700 of you. 700 of you minimum are using my code for the past 3 months every month. That is bananas. Thank you. Thank you for that. Crazy. So thanks for that. Go check out our code over on Marquis site. Every single time you use my code on Marquis sites, you let the community do more and more dope stuff. Thank you to the hundreds of you that use it. Always use it for skill points, Omega, Plex. Anytime you use it, we get a cut, you get a discount. That's how it goes. It's an affiliate code. That's how it goes. So yeah. PI's Planetary Industry. We have all guides on this over on our YouTube. I typed in YouTuber. There it is. I detail it out for you on our YouTube. It's super easy. We have a PI for Dummies guides. Absolutely unlocks the game for you. Enjoy it. Let's get it done. Do you need 1 MCT per character slot? That's a great question from I'm a Lost Soul. Yes. 1 MCT is for 1 character for 1 month. So if you get the 3-month deal, right? Let's break it down. If you get the 3-month deal, you're going to get 6 MCTs. 3 for character 2, 3 for character 3, and your main just keeps training. Does that make sense? Or you can use, look, Chad, you can use 6 on character 1 if you want. But there it is. The code is Loru, L-O-R-U, L-O-R-U. Code L-O-R-U, L-O-R-U, L-O-R-U. You know, evident. We'll check out Oz's video in just a sec. Let's give away this Merm and then we'll get it done. So, wasn't it PP? It's at some point. I wonder why they changed it. What is it? Planetary Prosperity or something like that, right? When I type sold, this giveaway is done. We change Eve lives every single day. We are live. If you see us live, chat, you can probably win some ISK. Come on down, follow the stream to not miss out. All right, let's get it done. Code L-O-R-U. Use L-O-R-U. That's what it is. 5,
4, 3, 2, 1. Sold. That's that.
I was trying to wait to see if anybody else was going to type. We did it. Who's getting an EOS today, chat? Who's getting an EOS? Oh, I do love a good, you can make ultimate content creator by figuring out a way for nullsec to start a massive war. You just made some gears turn in my head. The XP Mobile. Could I do something to force and create a war in nullsec? Specifically, myself. Could I do that? We did have a really good time with that Marshal. Undocking, ejecting a ship is not going to start a war in nullsec. But what it showed is that I could influence players' behavior in the game to dance for the community. It would be an insane amount of ISK for sure. What if I was in a Titan and I ejected in a Titan? That would be they would just kill the Titan. It'd be something, but you almost started one with Frat. When? Oh, and I went, and that wasn't a war. That was just a big old, that was just a fight. So win ISK by bashing. There it is. Yeah, hey, if you bash, hey, show me, yo, that's not a bad idea. Show me dog tags for bashing structures, and I'll give you ISK. Whoa, it's not a bad idea. Oh my god, I take all the.
We take the PI money and we use it to fund wars. You know, like real governments do.
It's too good, chat. It's too good. It would definitely require some espionage, and I'm not good at espionage, chat, because I don't like lying. I don't cosplay as a villain, chat. You know? Can't do it. Can't do it. Cannot do it. Let's see it. You ever winner, chat? I never got that. You know? Like you're done with your day and you cosplay a villain. I don't understand it. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner is Bean Burrito. I wouldn't AWOX either. I wouldn't AWOX either. No, Espion, you don't lie, of course. So, Angry Arthur, I love it. It's fantastic. Bean Burrito, listen, you're going to get your items after stream. We take that EOS and we put it into the giveaway done folder. This has now been claimed. You'll get it after stream. All good. You'll get it done. And it will be a good one. Enjoy it, my friend. Yes, enjoy the excellent stuff. You know, so. That's funny. But see, I'm a lost soul is I'm not that like, I don't want to be some, like, I'm not going to lie, but I'll pay people to lie. Like, no, then I'm still lying. You know, I just can't do that. Some people sign into Eve and they like to cosplay as like political masterminds and these like, you know, warlord, whatever people that are like, you know, influencing stuff with their propaganda. I just want to shoot some stuff in space. You know, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So that's fair, innocent, but I just don't like doing it. That's Eve. It might be, but it's also not me. You know, how do you think about eviction wormhole content? Do some good fight and try. I would love to do some eviction content for y'all. That would be a lot of fun. Just to like talk about forcing fights. That forces fights. Definitely does. Getting people out and just like, hey, defend your base or else. So I'm the same. I feel the same, Lost Soul. Yeah. Should I dump all my ISK into Plex since I'm basically not planning on playing for a while? That's a real... All right, James. James asks, should I dump my ISK into Plex since I'm not going to play for a while? Here, James asks, should I dump my ISK into Plex in order to get some value because I'm not going to play for a while? What should I do if I'm leaving the game and pausing the game and then might come back at some point? We always come back, don't we? I'm going to break it down for you in this impromptu guide. There's a couple things you can do, James. The first thing you can understand is the Plex market, okay? The Plex market is, we've seen Plex just go up consistently. So you can't go wrong with buying Plex. A year ago, we were under 5. Now we're over 6 consistently. We're over 6. It's down a little bit right now, 6. But now that it's broken 6, it's going to go up again. So I think it's a good idea to get Plex with your ISK. I also think it's interesting to buy ships with your ISK. So what I would do is I would take about half your ISK and I would buy Plex with it. How much ISK do we have, James? Because if you've got 1 billion ISK, that's really not enough to put it into Plex to get a lot. I would buy more ships if you have less than 1 billion ISK. So if you have more than 1 billion ISK, like I don't know what my net worth is right now, but if I was to pause playing the game right now, I would take my net worth of all these ships, all the stuff, and I would go buy Plex, 500 billion ISK. I would go buy stuff. You know, I think that's a good idea. So I'm not going to stop. We're going to keep it going. You could buy ships. You could buy Plex. I would definitely keep your account on. What you can do is you can make sure to go to our Patreon and follow the guides we have. Whenever there's a sale, we're going to watch Oz's video a little bit later about this. On our Patreon, we like to include when there's a sale, how you can get your Omega for cheaper, because then you get a really, long skill plan. You get a long skill plan going. If you leave your account on for a year and you start training those skills to 5 that you've been waiting on, you can get Omega for like $10 a month if you go to our Patreon and you follow our like sale guides. Every time there's a sale in game, we detail out for free, totally public, all this on our Patreon. Okay, we detail it out for you. There's a Plex sale, or there's a MCT Omega sale going on right now, but there was a Plex sale last week. So that's one of the things I would definitely recommend, is that you take your skill plans and anything that's level 5 that you've been wanting to train, I would just throw it in the queue and call it a day. All those skills that are like 1 month, you can leave Eve on and let it keep churning, and you can get those level 5 skills, all that stuff. I would also, for sure, follow, and you just said this, Espion, we have a alt training guide that we actually mention right here. This might be loud, so let me just mute this really quick. This alt training guide that I will link in the description of this video is exactly what I would do to your other 2 characters on your alt before you take the break, right? You set this up on your alt, you follow the step-by-step guide that we have. We have the chapters here for you to set up fast training and LSI generation on these alts. And you know what's even better? I just thought of this. You can use the MCT sale happening right now to get your alts going and have a good time with it. So choose your adventure with this. Not everybody wants to just, spend a bunch of money on a bunch of characters and follow all this. If you just want to look, I just want to take a break from Eve. I don't want to do all these things. Just tell me what I can do to make sure that when I come back to the game, my skills and everything are maxed out. I would throw in level 5 skills that you are currently using. So go into armor. Is your stuff not level 5? Get it. Nav. Is your stuff not level 5? Get it. You can see I'm training jump drive stuff. Do you primarily use drones? I've got all this to 5. Go get it. 23 days on mutated drone specialization. I would like this to 5. But goodness gracious, it's just a lot of stuff. So what I would do first, if you're taking a break, is I would consider getting Plex depending on how much total liquid you have. If you have over 1 billion ISK, I would prioritize buying the ships you like and holding them in your hangar, just so you have them ready to go over this and not buy Plex. Here's why. I have a ship folder because as a content creator, I give away a lot of ships when we do our guides, and every ship that I plan on making guides on, we have in this folder. This is in a 90 billion ISK folder. And I plan on doing a lot of stuff with the Deluge and upcoming guides. So I got 10 more because we're going to give away a bunch of these, right? So what I would do is invest in ships because the prices of these ships go up and down depending on what's going on. And if you have a favorite ship, that's what I would do. So, can you apply the discounts to both of your accounts? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So the Omega discounts. Yes, you can. You have to follow, just make sure when you're buying 2 separate packs, you apply one to account 1 and one to account 2. Don't apply both to account 1, right? So love the rest, same these. Thoughts on optimized remaps? You, of course, can optimize your skill training by remapping your attributes, okay? This is important. I have these even because I train a lot of different skills at all times, and I don't want to deal with this. If you're taking a break from the game, I definitely recommend you look at the skills that you're trying to train, and you can, let's say I'm trying to train jump portal generation. You can right-click this guy, go to attributes. See how this one is int and memory, okay? The higher my intelligence attribute, this, and memory is, the faster I will train jump portal generation. Let's go down to capital micro jump. Intelligence perception. So see what I'm saying? You can have 1, 2, and 3. So if you really want to optimize your skill training, if you're going to take a break for more than a year, I wouldn't recommend doing this if you're taking a break for a month because it's not worth the attributes. It's not worth that kind of stuff. But if you're taking a break for a year, you can optimize your attributes to be whatever you would like them to be, and then also match the skills you're training to be all intelligence perception or whatever the combination you would like to do. So oh yes, this is a big one. Yes, this is actually very, very true. If you're taking a break, it's very necessary. Go spend your ISK on these improved implants. Okay. Assuming you're keeping your account on, you're going to keep your subscription going, right? Buy a set of 5 of these improved implants. Here's my training clone. I do some high sec hauling in this. That's why there's a warp speed here thing as well. So I have the improves, the warp speed. This is the other big one. This is the alchemist one. It increases booster duration. This works for cerebral boosters. How many of you didn't know about this one? How many of you have been using cerebral boosters to increase skill training time and you didn't know you're about to make it go even further with this implant type 1 enchant type 1 to be able to get it done? So this is super interesting. Okay. Yeah, there it is. Hey, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. You learn something every time you watch Loru Gaming. It is the Eifer Alchemist Biology Implant. I'll link it in the Loru Gaming in-game chat. 10% to booster duration. It's a big deal. It's a big deal, y'all. Let's check out how much it is, okay? It's only 144 million ISK. That's not a lot comparatively to the value you get out of that with plus 12s, right? I get almost 20 days with that thing. Yes, you do. So here's what I did the other day that y'all won't necessarily be able to do now. Was during that sale, I got a crap ton of the Genius boosters. Okay, they're plus 12. With my Alchemist Biology implant and Biology 5 skill, okay, the Biology 5 skill, I get over 21 days with this. So sorry, it's 12 days, and then Biology says it goes up by 100%, so you get 24 days with plus 12, and then another 10%, so you get 26-ish, something like that, days with this implant with the biology implant and biology 5 skill. It's over 26 days, 9 hours, right? So you get more bang for your buck. That 150 million is definitely going to help. So what I would do first is Plex. Consider how much you're going to buy Plex. What I would do next is ships. What I would do next is decide if you're going to keep it on. If you're going to keep your account on, is train your main. Okay, train your main. Then if you're going to keep it on, I would look into, just from a cost benefit analysis, if you're going to also train your alts. Let me move my giant head. If you're going to train your alts using my alt training guide, that link will be in the description for you. If you're going to quit EVE, it's one of the best games to quit and then come back in like a year. Because if you leave it on, and even if you don't choose to leave it on, let's say I'm just going to invest in these two and I'm not going to turn anything else on. It's still the game it is when you come back. There'll be new stuff and there'll be some nerfs for sure, some buffs, but you can still come back and play the game. That's what I recommend you do if you're going to quit EVE and then come back. Am I missing anything, chat? Am I missing anything? So that's true about ships. That's true. Dude, yes, Innocent. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Thank you for that. Share it with all your buddies. Let's do it. So, 1 MAA goes up to 55 to 56 an hour with Bio 5 and Alchemy 810. Exactly. Correct. There it is. So that on top of biology bonus, it is on top of biology bonus. Yes, I should buy one right now. Yes, you should. My sub ran out, so I might train up my PvP alto. There it is. So this far out, but set long PI cycles. Yes, PI is there. I'm talking about, I didn't mention PI, and I'm going to cut this part out of the video because I don't want people to think about this. If you're taking a break, PI is not for that. PI, you can set up if I stop extracting this and I look at my total here, I get 1 million-ish items on a 4-day cycle. If I go to a 2-week cycle, I get less. I've said this before, that there's diminishing returns with PI. I never go above 7 days. Because look, 7 days, you get less. Look at this. 7 days, you get barely more. That's not worth it, y'all. That's not worth it. So you go to 4-day cycles, and you could say, Loru, you do get more, though. You get a little bit more. It's not worth the extra days. So if you're going to do this, you might as well just run where does the fall off start? The fall off starts right about here, 7 days. And that's with unoptimized stuff, right? So I wouldn't do that. I would not do PI if you're going to take a long break. You can set it up to run, but it's only going to be there for 5 days. That's not worth it if you're taking a year break. So, right. So for sure. It's a good point though. That's why we gank feeds the economy. That's right. With the cost of the boosters, this is a game changer. Yep. Enjoy it, Cardinal. See, you come to the stream, you learn some, right? I've always loved this game from a distance since it came out. I just couldn't play for various reasons. Innocent, it's good to have you. Yes, it's good to have you, my friend. I can tell you, I've been playing this game since 2008. On and off. I took a break for 7 years. Didn't leave any of my accounts on. I kind of wish I did, but that's a lot of money. 7 years, right? Was it 2008? Yeah. In December. So really it's 2009 when I started. And then played with my buddies, was in a null set corp for a while, and then, kept on going. Takes a break, continues the grind. Exactly. I placed my stuff in a bad place. I don't know what that means, JT. Elaborate. We will, of course, help you. So, Market Shame, there it is, Mitch. Yeah. That's funny, Espion. Nice. I love it. I don't know what you mean, JT. You have to elaborate. I put my stuff. It's not enough information. Would love to help you. Explain a little more, and I'm happy to help you. I got you. So, that's funny, Espion. I like that. My stuff was in trig space when I got returned to EVE. Yeah. That's good. JT, I'm not sure what your problem is. You say you put your PI in bad place. I don't know what that means. If you're saying you put your setup on a dangerous area of space like nullsec or something and you can't get back to it, you can always just double click, delete everything, and then place it somewhere new. You come in here, you go to build, you go to decommission, and you just start clicking, right? You click everything, delete the command center, delete it all, and then just keep going. So I do want to proceed. I do not want to save that. There it is. I hope that makes sense. So, all right, let me finish this video because that's a good impromptu video. So that's what I recommend. If you're going to take a break, you do a couple things to make sure you optimize your time so that when you come back, you got some good stuff. And look, people say winning EVE is quitting EVE. I don't think so. I think winning EVE is playing the game with your buddies without having to worry about income. That's where our guides come in. I recommend checking out our full Eve guides right here and subbing for the best Eve guides on the internet right here. We'll see you in the next video, y'all. Thanks very, very much. Yo, what a great question. Impromptu guide. I think that one's going to do numbers. I think that one's going to do numbers, chat. I really do. Because how many times do people quit? What to do if you are quitting Eve? I'm adding that. That's such a good question. It literally wasn't on the docket. Is now a whole guide. That's fantastic. I love that. What is a good fit? What is a good fit? Which is balance. I don't know what you mean. Oh, it is a fit balance. I lose every faction warfare fight. So if faction warfare is more rock paper scissors, what I tell you is don't worry about balance. Worry about cheap. Get in there in a frigate, dude. Don't spend money. You got to practice PvP. Get in there in a frigate. Here's a Tristan. You know, you can fly whatever ship you want. Get in a frigate that's cheap. Here's 16 million. It's not a lot. You can survive stuff. It's a good fit. You newt stuff. You get Tech 2. Oh, sure. You can use these two if you want. You can get Tech 2 drones, so they're even less expensive. Go out there and just go get into some trouble. Go buy 10 of these. And just like every time you die, go, what should I have done better? Should I try to orbit that better? Okay, that was this ship. You have to start learning the matchups because it's very rock, paper, scissors. A Tristan is good against some ships, but bad against other ships. I don't know them because I haven't really done a lot of faction warfare. So Tristan, triple new Tristan's always fun, for sure. Who else mining right now? Anybody up on the belt right now, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, let's do it. Oh, they are. There it is. So for sure. And you can kill the bots. I was in the Test Alliance way back in 2010. Yes. All my stuff was in asset safety. Oof. Well, Qualtech, what you can do, there are hauling alliances, corporations you can pay to get your stuff and to like send it to you. So, you know, where at? Oh, I don't know, you know. So. True. Exactly, for sure. Yeah, where is it? You know, don't tell us, right? Cheesy craziness, you know. ISK kind of static and inflation is real. True. Haulers won't go to Mesaba without a permacamp. Fair enough. So, I hear you. Misaba? Where is that? I don't know what that is. Misaba. We mustn't go there, Simba. Misaba. Show me on the map what the heck we're talking about, dude. Also, where's the music, Chan? Headphone warning? Oh, yeah. Oh, good luck. Good luck, dude. This is a bottleneck, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. There's 2 ways in and out. There's 3 systems, but goodness gracious, camped. Yeah, it's definitely not the best spot for that. Asset not safe. Extremely secure. This is probably one of the most easy to defend nullsec areas I've ever seen because it's just in between stuff immediately. But what do we think about this distance over here, chat? That's super interesting. Here's another one. This one is like choose your poison, right? I bet this is gate camp to high heaven. All those are pretty gate camps, champ. All of them. Absolutely crazy. All right, let's see. Now we're good. I got to turn off the new Discord overlay. All right, y'all, let's see it. We did Dune Awakening. We still have Oz to talk about. We have one of those coming up. Let's talk about Oz, champ. Okay. Let's talk about Oz. Okay, let's turn this off. All right, y'all. Everybody say hi, YouTube. It's about to go down. Say hi, YouTube. Okay. The Eve market is in flux a lot right now with a lot of the mining changes coming in, changes to work walls, changes to a lot of things. And of course, we're going to have our main market expert, Oz. Yes, we'll break it down. Let's see what Oz has to say for us today in the Oz report. Definitely go check out his channel. We're going to link the video in the description and in the chat as well. Everyone say hi, YouTube. Oz, what do you got for us today? Let's see it. He's muted. I'm sad. I do this every time. It's like clockwork. I'm just like, what does he have to say? There it is.
This is the Oz report for March 23rd, 2025.
Excellent.
And we're not going to start with Plex or raw materials today. Today, I really want to start with a big summary of what has been happening, just because it's so important to anyone that has come in maybe not understanding the patch or not knowing that there was a huge patch. So just a quick summary of what the March 12th patch did to the EVE economy. So on the one hand, we have tier 3 mining sites in nullsec.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have to pause the raid because Carolina has raided us. Good to see you. Welcome in. Dropping the people. 63 people. Good to see you. Welcome in. Name's Loru. And we bring the energy to the Eve category. Good to see you. How are we streaming today? Caroline Aya. I mispronounce names left and right, ladies and gentlemen. I will not stop. I will not apologize. Don't recognize your name. It's good to see you. Welcome in to the stream. Come on down. And thanks for dropping the viewers off with me. Appreciate it. We'll definitely check y'all out in the future. Come on down. So, you went on your first real PvP adventure today? Pog. Pog, let's get this PvP all over the place. We're going to check out Oz today and look at what we can do to make y'all some money. So if you're brand new to the channel, come on back. We want you to follow and stick around. So we're going to be checking out Oz today and seeing what Oz does. So let's completely restart this, actually, and we're going to get this going. So, Quanova, thank you for joining us on Twitch and being
Twitch primed out of your mind for 3 months.
God bless you. Incredible stuff. Welcome in, everybody. Let's see what Oz has for us. It's good to have you. Congrats, Caroline Aya, with your stuff. Excellent job. Let's see what we got, chat. Let's see what we got.
This is the Oz report for March 23rd, 2025. And we're not going to start with Plex or raw materials today. Today, I really want to start with a big summary of what has been happening, just because it's so important to anyone that has come in, maybe not understanding the patch or not knowing that there was a huge patch. So just a quick summary of what the March 12th patch
Summarize.
did to the EVE
Do it,
economy.
Oz.
So on the one hand, we have tier 3 mining sites in nullsec that are geared towards larger rocks, towards easing some of the very high mineral prices that we have seen in the market lately, specifically aimed at stuff like morphite, and that's why we're seeing morphite prices drop heavily from all-time highs, to be fair. And then we also saw the bill of material for Tier 1 battleships and capital ships reduced by about 20% to 25% across the board. And so that has reduced the demand in terms of the bill of material, of the materials that go into building these. But on the other hand, the anticipation of cheaper ships and overall the drop in mineral prices has increased capital production, specifically dread production and battleship production. And so that is going against the 20% material reduction right now. So we haven't seen the end of that playing out. It's going to take a few months. And then thirdly, we are seeing new bottlenecks in capital production because things like the exploration loot or wormhole gases are absolutely needed to create these capital ships that are now in higher production. But on the other hand, they are also targeted by traders that might be looking to profit from these changes, or also possibly from other alliances that are trying to keep other groups from producing large scale capital ships. So
do you see the sheer amount of, like, we were poking around the market while like he was talking. Look at how complex EVE is, where just some changes in nullsec are having reaching effects all the way across New Eden. Of course, it is nullsec is one of the biggest areas in terms of the market of EVE Online. But look, this is why we do these videos, because what we like to do is take Oz's data and make these applicable to you. So I'm glad that CCP Games is doing what they'll call check-ins every 2 weeks with the market, because they made some changes. What CCP Okami has said is that they've made those changes, and now they're going to look. They're going to observe. They're going to see if they like what's happening to the market. This is a good thing. This is a good thing that the price of morphite has plummeted, because now more ships can get made. But look, now we're actually lower than we have been. So this is 68, and now we're at 52. So what I think might happen, chat, is that after this kind of like levels out, if it levels out down here, right, this is where CCP Games is going to come in, and they're going to say, hey, this is too much. We're going to nerf the sites that we just added in, making them a little bit less powerful. But if it kind of ebbs like here at like the same tier, I think they'll be pretty happy with it. We will see if that is actually what occurs. Time will tell. Time will tell.
Lots of market shenanigans going on. Lots of changes going on.
Gas
this
price.
is a time in EVE Online that has seen as much change as we've rarely seen before. And so it's a very exciting time to play EVE. It's a very exciting time to look at the economy of EVE. But
You can see if we zoom in a little bit to answer your question a little bit, we can see Fullerite. A lot of these are trending up. Let me get rid of my Discord. Thank you. My production. Fullerite, Fullerenes trending up. These were really low for a long time. Another Fullerite, Fullerenes are trending up. Okay, up by 35% is not nothing, dude. This is a lot. This is good, I think. So, yes.
certainly we haven't seen the end of it. So having said that, let's jump into some specifics. And for that, I'm going to pull up my market dashboard here. If we look at what's going on.
What did they actually change with the Merc in Null? Are the capitals harvesting it now? What they did, Life, is they made it easier to farm Merc, roughly speaking. There are new T3 sites. The rocks on grid are more Rorqual friendly, where the rocks, it used to be that they had a lot of little rocks. Now they have a couple big rocks, same amount of materials, just made them bigger. So, and they made more on the site. They buffed mining in nullsec, both from a usability standpoint and the amount of ore in general. Very macro summary, but they made it easier to farm in nullsec, correct. So Fullerite C28 is a big one, major drop in supply, major demand, and increase in price. Yeah.
Overall, we see, first of all, so mineral prices are down about 3%. They were down, I don't know, about 5% last week. This week was very erratic. And they would be down a lot more than 3% if it wasn't for Noxium. Because what we're seeing right now is Morphite is down 30% this week.
50% today.
Morphite is a big part of the economy, right?
This was a couple days ago.
So Morphite being down 30% means either players with stockpiles are reacting if they did have any stockpiles left, but more so, there's way more Morphite entering the system because of the changes in the March 12th patch. We see Maxilon down 16%. It's another big drop. So this is all coming from very, very high mineral prices. So this is really just going back into spheres of quote unquote normal.
Is that good or bad? Eve stonks. The short answer is, Is it good that Morphite is down half its stuff? I always say the prices of stuff being lower means more of these, right? Like Crusaders take, for example, take Morphite. If you, I guess this one, it's the blueprint, for God's sake, kill me. Crusaders take Morphite to make. Are the prices of Crusaders going down in relation to Morphite? No. It's also only been a couple weeks. It takes time for the ripples to kind of come out and hit stuff. This is one of the beauty of EVE, is that you can see a market trend and then it doesn't affect the item that this is a part of for maybe months. And you can keep on trying to get rich off of the various marketing fluctuations. The short answer of is it good or bad is we don't know, because we have to see the market kind of settle over the next weeks and months to see. And of course, CCP Games is going to keep auditing and changing what they think is best for the game. We'll see.
Normal, but nevertheless good to see. Megasite down 6%. And then the big one that is counteracting this is Noxium, because Noxium was essentially bought out of the market this week. So Noxium was low, and now we only have about 0.2 trade days left on Noxium, which is basically nothing. And the price is up 60%. And so all of these working against each other means the market is only down 3%, but the big minerals that were targeted by this change actually did drop significantly, and that's Morphite and Maxilon. On the other hand, if we move down this list and look...
So when we look at this, here's a Noxium graph. Used to be chilling at 99, 99-isk. Now it's up to like Leet almost, which is pretty funny. We see some resistance. We like see some humps like right here where people were buying it up and then selling it. Where people were, it was getting to the peak and then people were selling it. And then enough people sold, it went down and then went back up. People sold again. And we're kind of seeing these like little humps as it goes down. And all the stockbrokers here are going to like hate my drawings, whatever. You guys can do what you want. I'm not seeing it trend up or down like the gas was. You guys saw the Fullerite gas. That was a question, chat. The fullerite gas is just not stopping. It's just going up and up and up. It just won't, literally from 10K up to almost double in price. Ooh, dollar cost averages, right? Exactly, crazy. So Noxium went up and then it kind of went back down a little bit. People were reacting to it because 1,500 up from this. This is almost a 50% raise on this. It's crazy. Gas going to the moon, which honestly gas needs to, because I think that gas is too cheap right now because of the changes they did months and months and months ago. So we'll see.
Look at the other things. One thing we have to point out is fullerenes. So this is wormhole gases. This is another component of specifically of dread production, for example, where we're seeing a lot of demand that is not directly linked to basic minerals. So this comes only from wormholes.
Yep.
And if it hasn't...
I miss gas mining and wormholes so much. Some good ISK to be had, y'all. If you go wormhole mining, get your prospects out. Let's go get them. Start spinning some gas clouds. Get it done.
Been in as high demand as it is now over the last months and years. And that's why...
What would I use if I was going into wormhole space for a prospect? What would I use if I were you, ladies and gentlemen, going into wormhole space in a prospect, going to get some gas? Well, the short answer is you can get a cheap fit right here. Okay. This, we'll put this right here for you so you can just look at it on screen and copy and paste it, whatever you want to do. This is a cheap gas. It's only 70 million cheap considering all things, right? You take this out, it's sub 3, depending on skills. It does have some tank. You actually want a little bit of tank because there's probably going to be rats going on. A MWD is going to let you go very, very fast at 28. Depending on your aligned skill, you can swap out these eye stabs for nanos and call it a day. You can get rid of the tank if you want, do what you want. Put a signal amp in there if you would like. Do, instead of the damage control, choose what you would like. Prospect, one of the better ones to go into over the Venture. But if you don't want to do this much money, the Venture is the way to do it. Okay, we do have a wormhole thing here. Now, I did this back in the day. These are, you can see it's half the price. Now, it's not as effective as the Prospect because they lose the Covert Ops Cloak. But this Gas Venture is going to get, let me put this right here. Nope, it was this one. Cheap Gas? Which one was it, chat? Jeez Louise. Hello? This one right here. Thank you. I have too many of these. It's not as good of a fit because you lose out on the Covert Ops Cloak, but you are harder to scan down, and it is half the price. It's half the price. You can get this done. So I don't do probes on my Prospect because I can bring the probe launcher in the cargo and mobile depot in one, and I like to main the Covert Ops Cloak. Okay, that's a really good question on the Prospect. I also typically multi-box, so I have one character that's scanning and another one that is huffing that good old gas. This is Tech 1 Scoop. Tech 2 Scoops are fine. Tech 1 Scoops are expensive enough. You know, they're annoyingly expensive, especially for new players, 5 million. Not to mention the skill books. So this is something you can do if you're a one-of player right here. You can scan stuff down with your core probe launcher. So we have gravity capacitors in here. You can throw in some sister core probes and you get close to 100. You want to kind of go for 100 with this. Good enough fits. I'll put these in the description for y'all both to copy and paste or this video. Enjoy it. If you're going to go out and go into wormhole space and mine gas, insure your ship because you're going to die. Wormholes are scary. If you fly a ship, if you're not experienced there and you want to fly a cheaper ship, the Venture is the one to do. Okay, check it out. Let's see about it.
The market just isn't there. If you look at the availability, we see less than one trade day available of fullerenes. And so especially things like fullerite C32, C28, or C84, they're up 20 to 30% in the market right now in prices.
Yep.
And their stockpiles or their availability in sell orders in the Forge is essentially zero. And so if you're in a wormhole, if you have access to wormholes, go and mine that gas because those prices overall of fullerenes are now trading 40% above the yearly average. And
good question, says JT. Why is the Prospect an upgrade for the Venture from gas huffing? The Prospect is going to help you to live more, okay? But you pay for that privilege. The Prospect, because it has a Covert Ops Cloak, and because it gets a benefit to its SIG radius, it's harder to lock, harder to scan, and the Covert Ops Cloak means you can warp around very safe and just be invisible. Really good get out of jail free card, in my opinion, is worth I think it mines gas faster. I don't remember. Sure. So you can outrun the rats and the cloak. Yes. It's a better ship, period, full stop. With that said, for half the price, the Venture is fine. Fine. And especially if you're new to it and you're not sure what to do with it, get an Adventure for sure.
It's not like they were cheap before. And so that's one big thing. Yes. The other thing is exploration loot, as I alluded to in my introduction. So you're looking at the molecular forging tools, molecular forged materials, and advanced protective technology as a whole. They're spiking like crazy. So this is exploration loot from higher tier ghost side or sleeper side. So they are not easily farmed. These are rare materials, and so people have to go out there and do exploration for this market to be supplied. And barring large stockpiles out there, these are going to be very, very spiky right now because people are ramping up dread production, and the supply for these markets it just isn't there. And so this is going to...
All right, so we have an awesome fit for you for this as well. I don't remember who gave me this fit. It was one of our viewers, but they gave us a alpha 10 million skill point Heron fit. You can use this fit to go into nullsec and to go get stuff, even if you're an alpha. Right now, exploration and nullsec is at an all-time high, ladies and gentlemen. Time to buy. Time to buy things there. So this fit will be in the description for you as well. It's not mine. Do with it what you want. You get a solid 100-ish probe strength. You get the aux thruster. You go pretty fast. Sub 4 a line. You can scan stuff down. You just keep the 2 in the main because it's an alpha. You can use this on alpha. You can bling this out a little bit more if you're an omega and get some better stuff. I recommend you run a warp core stab down here as well and just call it a day. Let's see about it. Now, I disagree with this don't cry. You can. You just need to take a cheap ship. Here is a 12 million ISK ship. Very affordable. Okay, you can get 10 of these and still be fine. And with the way those items are looking, you just get a couple of these, and I think you're going to be good to go. Okay, 700,000. You get 3 of these in just one of these, and then you keep on going. Let's see it. So I've done it myself. Don't cry. You just got to be careful, even if you don't have a cloak. I bring a cloak now because it is easier, but you can do this if you're an alpha and can do this with only 10 million skill points. Obviously, the better ships are better for it. That fit will be in the description for you as well. Let's see about it.
To have to be adjusted over time. We have to see if the drop levels are high enough to support dread production. If they are not high enough, then this could be a massive bottleneck in dread production, and that would have to be the next lever that CCP would have to address. If
you're right, Nathan, but it'll keep you alive. So I fit my ships typically assuming I'm getting caught. And if I get caught and I don't have a stab, I die. If I get caught and I have a stab, I might not die. I'll probably still die, but I might not. That's the difference, right?
They don't want to stifle capital production going forward. But March 12th was a start. So it was a start aimed at relieving some of the basic mineral bottlenecks that we had. And so now we have to look at others like wormhole gases and exploration loot to see whether their level can support the market or not.
And this is a really good point. So dreads get higher production, which means the things that make dreads go up, which means that even though there was a change only to nullsec ore, wormhole gas is now spiking. Look at that. Look at that. It's crazy. I mean, it's just how it goes, right? We knew there was going to be effects. We knew there was going to be something like this. So I say this as someone that hunts down you herons in our space. You can usually go a bit before someone catches you, since you will only be caught by certain ships. I mean, sure, that's fair, but not all the time. Not all the time, you know. It's a particular place for CCP to bottleneck the supply to capitals. I don't think they bottlenecked anything. They didn't purposefully nerf gas this time. They buffed capital ships, and now the market needs to correct. This is an important thing. When CCP makes a positive change, and this was a positive change to nullsec ore, it's up to us, the players, to figure out how to solve the game. It's not up to the devs to make everything easy for us at all times. I don't agree with that methodology that somehow they bottlenecked this. They did not. They buffed null. We have to try to go solve it. That's what this is. That's why it's a game. That's what happens. So that's why when you lose it, too much value in cargo, go back a bit more often. Yeah. Go back to your mobile depot, drop it off at the mobile depot. Hell, put your stuff in asset safety, drop it off in asset safety. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. So yes, Jim. Yes to that completely. So I personally think you're going to lose so much time and more ISK than you're getting. You can say that, don't cry. I've done this plenty of times in this exact fit and been fine. So it's just a matter of practicing and playing the game at the end of the time. If your fun per hour goes up, ISK per hour don't really matter, does it? If you're doing PI, you don't care about losing 12 million ISK shipped, dude. You don't care about it at all. That's so funny. I make loads of ISK from intact armor plates and relic sites. Yes. Dread production increase is making me rich. Yes, sir, Nathan. Yes, sir.
This shouldn't lead to overall dread prices rising again. It's just hampering the drop in prices. What we're seeing now is just short-term market reactions because not only, as I said in the intro, not only industrialists are after these, but also market traders might be looking to make a buck, or alliances might be shutting others out of the production of these dreads and other ships.
It's only been less than 2 weeks.
The last raw material I want to mention is the rogue drone components that you see here. So overall up 95% in price. If you look at the details, this is mostly due to drone cerebral fragments. So those are the biggest group of components in rogue drone components. And one big reason for this is that essentially rogue drones were in very, very rogue drone components were in very low demand because a big part of, or a large chunk of them, goes into excavator drones. Excavator mining drones, for example, are the pinnacle of drone production. They are, they are several hundred million worth right now. Price, I don't know, around 220 million a pop, or maybe even now up to 250, 270 million.
Ooh.
And they have to act as a big sink for these rogue drone components because otherwise the market is way oversupplied.
Yes.
In the last few years, since there was
the prices of those mining drones went up because those are used in Rorquals. They buffed Rorquals. People are dusting off their Rorquals. They're getting their stuff. They want one. They buy them. They buy too many. Not a bad thing. They just buy a bunch, and then the rogue drone components that make those items go up a bunch. So yes,
very, very much less large-scale mining going on, especially Rorqual mining. The use of excavator drones was very low, and the demand was very low. The March 12th patch has turned that around, and now we're seeing a lot of demand for excavator drones and the components of excavator drones. And that's why we're seeing things like drone cerebral fragments increasing in price drastically, doubling in price, and basically several times this week selling out of the market. So this is not going to be a big bottleneck going forward. This just makes drone lands a little bit more attractive as a crabbing region again, because it makes the loot more valuable. And it had basically fallen into a huge hole in the last few years after Rorquals weren't used anymore for mining.
Right.
And so
I remember that.
Lots of massive changes on the raw material side this week. And that's very exciting to see, and it's great being part of it and seeing this unfold, especially as since I'm part of the CSM and have architected some of these changes together with the other CSMers and CCP. Now let's talk quickly about Plex and Plex adjacent items. So Plex is fairly steady this week, down a little bit, and that's because the 50% off Omega and MC.
You see the daily ISK traded for Plex? Is that 6.4 trillion every day? I didn't know. Right, that's 1,000, million, billion. That's 6.4 trillion. Daily ISK traded. The current week average. Wow. I didn't know. So, crazy. That's interesting, Crazy Ace. Ooh, that's a good idea. Go hunt some botting nixes. I want to go do that. That sounds like a great idea, actually. I might have to figure that out, dude. That sounds like a good idea. Interesting. That's a lot. I didn't realize it was that high. That's a lot.
Multiple pilot training certificate sale is going on. This is a quarterly sale that...
How much is that in money? When we were looking up how much a Python costs, so a Python is the Alliance Tournament Marshal. It's the exclusive Marshal that's like better than a Marshal. The Python was going for about 1.4 trillion-isk. And we were seeing that is around $7 grand. 1.4 trillion-isk. If you were to buy the 20K Plex packs in dollars and then convert that to ISK, it would be about $7 grand, $7,000. So 6.4 has got to be something like $30,000 a day. Man, when you start looking, that's like $1 million, right? When you start looking at this, you can understand why Eve is so successful. If they're making 30 grand a day in just Plex, dude.
That always happens is in the cash store, not in the New Eden store.
Ooh.
And so if you do use multiple pilot training certificates or you have use for them, then this is a very, very good value sale. That also means that Plex prices are not that much under pressure because people are using this sale rather than Plex to
Correct.
To subscribe to Omega, for example, or they're at least...
There's a sale right now to get Omega and MCT for dollars, not for Plex. So that's why you're not seeing Plex impacted. We talk about this a lot. Even if you are space poor, if you're brand new to the game, you see a Plex sale and you're like, I don't want to buy money. I don't want to spend money on Plex. You don't have to. When Plex sales happen, the price typically goes down, typically. We detail it out whenever it happens. This time, this Omega sale, there was not a Plex drop because there was no Plex involved. There was, so... 20K Plex is how much ISCO? I don't know. 120 billion, I think. Something like that. So.
At least not using a
Maybe.
sale in the New Eden store in place of this.
1 sec. I am very wrong. That's not right. I'm just doing the math in my head. 10K Plex is 60 billion. So 20K Plex has got to be... No, yeah. Like 120 billion. Yeah, I was close enough. If 10K is 60, then 20K has got to be 120. Look at me, champ. Look at that quick math. My math teacher would be proud.
Sale. And so this is always a very, very popular sale. If let me plug it at that point. If you are using it, please use creator code Oz or any of the creator codes in the New Eden store as your...
Look, chat, we're watching Oz's video. So if you're watching my video on my channel about my reaction to Oz, go use creator code Oz on Eve Store or Marquee as when you buy the current sale. Go use Oz's code. Use my code if you want, LORU, but I recommend you use Oz because we're reacting to this video. It helps a lot. 700 of you, at least, are using my code every month. That's incredible. Thank you. We get cuts. Y'all get stuff on sale. Thank you for that. Thank you.
As you're making content like this possible by doing so.
Truly.
The big news on the on the Plex and skill point side this week is the large skill injectors, because those are up 2% and even higher in the market this week.
About damn time.
Partly because of the March 12th patch. I think people are coming back in. People are upskilling for mining again. People are redistributing skill points. And so skill injectors, they have been trending down for a long time. And now they're starting to recover, which is a good thing. If you look at the skill farming formula,
yeah, show me.
The skill farming formula is still negative 900.
It's crazy.
I can show you over here.
So, if you're confused what this is, what Oz has done is he has a formula here that shows how valuable it is to farm LSIs on an account that is paying for its own Omega. Okay. So you are buying LSIs. You are buying a year sub with Plex into Omega. You are spending real money to buy Plex, to buy Omega. You are then getting the skill extractors needed and then you're getting MCT and Plex, whatever. So it ends up being a cost of 10.7 billion ISK, excuse me, to be able to do this. Is that 1,000 a million? Yeah, 10.8 billion ISK, but it only makes 9.8. So there's a loss of 900 million ISK if you do this. So, oh, thank you, Crazy. God bless you. Thanks for using my code. Thank you for that. You might say then, Loru.
Loru, why would I do this if I'm going to lose ISK?
This is if you pay for Omega and MCT with your Plex, with your ISK. If you're trying to have an account that is just going to be infinitely making you money, even if the margin is 100 million ISK a month, it's still positive. That's not good for the game, in my opinion. I think that skill farmers have been positive for too long, and you're seeing effects of that with the LSIs. I don't think that LSIs should be this cheap. I think that this should continue, that there should be more of this where the skill farmers that are zero real world money goes into this setup. It's all generated in game. I think it should be at a loss. That way, it doesn't let you I can pay for one account and spin up a skill farming character. And then the profits from that, I can spin up another one. The profits from that, I can spin up another one. I don't think you should be able to do that. I think that's a bit much in terms even to a job, and it negatively impacts the market and not the players. You know what I'm saying? So of course, Nathan, he puts in a lot of, look at this. He puts in a lot of work. This is really awesome. So, what I do is I don't pay Plex for the Omega. What I do is I pay for I have 4 public accounts. Okay. I pay for those Omega myself. And I do the deals to make sure I get it for $10 a month, like we detail out on our Patreon. Okay. So it's like $40 a month for 4 accounts. Okay. On all of those accounts, I have at least 2 alts generating me LSIs. I take the ISK I get in game and I buy the MCTs, I buy the Plex, I buy the skill extractors with ISK. The only thing I pay real money for is the Omega. If you pay for Omega, this does not become negative anymore. I don't know the thing. I don't know the exact money, but you are not negative anymore. I don't think, or at least you're close to it. If you pay for Omega out of pocket, I always say the best way to play EVE as a working adult is with 2 Omega accounts. It unlocks a lot. You don't need 4 accounts, chat. You can just get 2. But even if you have 1 alt that's making LSIs for you, it does a lot. I end up making about 30 LSIs a month when I'm really pushing. Okay. And you can look at the price right now. It's close to 900 million. So I make about, 25 billion ISK a month every single month. So it's 100 billion ISK a year. That's plus the PI, plus the adventures we go on. That's everything I need. I don't need more. I could go get more accounts, but why? I have enough. I can make the content I want to make. It's part of my job. So, that's the way I do it, right?
So this is the skill farming formula. It's still massively negative, but that's because most skill farmers rely on sales, as we have said here before. Still, overall, if you're running one character on a 12-month Plex subscription, you're losing 600 million if you're not doing anything else on it.
Right.
So the pure skill farms still heavily rely on big sales to make it profitable, and even then, it's not in a good place, which is not a bad thing. It's just a fact, right? Yeah,
I agree. I don't think it should be easy to spin these up. I don't think this should be something that stays. It's worth noting that I have alts that make these, and it's just more ISK for me, because if I don't just make LSIs on my alts. I do PI, I do industry, like we've talked about in our alt training guide, which is very popular. Y'all are loving it. If you want to make extra ISK for a character you don't really play and signed into, that's what you can do. So I recommend 3 accounts if you're a heavy miner indie player. That way you've got 1 command, 2 mining ships. I agree with that for sure. Yes, I do. Also important for churning out dreads and larger. Exactly correct. For sure. That's what I did for a while. I ran 5 accounts, which were going to be Omega anyway, because they were all my mining alts. So I got MCT on each account. Thanks to that. Oh, thanks for that, Jan. God bless you. I got MCT on each account and did skill farming on the second character, 2 of the 4 accounts for a couple of years. This is the way to do it, Slice. It really is. EVE is such a good game because it lets you as an adult go, how big do I want my system to be? I can invest an initial amount of money, real world money, and then I have a system that is ready to go. And I can do with it what I will. It doesn't you don't have to keep paying for everything all the time. one of my best setups that we helped a lot of other people with that have come onto stream is the Omega sale that's happening right now. The Omega MCT sale, wherever it is. I don't know if it's right here. Yeah. You can get the 3-month deal, and it gets you 3 months of Omega and then 6 months of MCT. That means your other characters get 3 months of MCT and another 3 months. So you have 3 characters, 3 of training. You can get PI going on all 3 characters in that time. And then you have 3 characters making you PI. You don't even have to do LSIs. PI, and I've told y'all, chat, we have our setups that we detail out in our big PI playlist. I make 1.6 billion ISK every 4 days on 1 character. You can get 3. So go check out our guides and enjoy it. Okay. MCT is multiple character training, Poppy. It means you can't train your main. I can't train skills on my main and train skills on my alt at the same time. They make you pay for it. Does that suck? A little bit, but it's also, I think it's necessary, honestly. So, dude, yes, Slice.
Now, what else do we have going on in the market? Let's go over to our dashboard here and look at the trending up, trending down items. Trending up, I already mentioned drones rebuild fragments, 113% up. Those are just exploding, and that's mostly excavator
the Legion,
drones.
huh?
We see the Legion up here, and that's kind of a double whammy. One, there was a lot of Legion demand this week, as we can see in the drop in supply. So Legions are basically sold out in the Forge, but also they also require wormhole gas. So they're hit by increasing raw material prices and increased demand. So Legion, definitely a hot item this week, up 80% in price.
It's back down now.
Don't buy them right now if you don't absolutely have to. If you have them, sell them. If you can make them, make them.
It's back down now.
We already talked about Noxium up 60%. That's pretty crazy. Isotropic Deposition Guide is one of those exploration loot items that has gone up in price massively.
Brutix
as
Navy issue.
capital production ramps up, and the full arenas C28, C84 that we see here are
the heck,
the wormhole gases I was mentioning.
Come back down now.
Looking at the next to last item there, the capital core temperature regulator up 20%. Those are just all over the place, right?
Yeah.
They are. If you go down here, you can see that they are trading 40% below 52-week average. They are a mid component for capital ships. So they are the ones that gather up all the basic minerals and the PI and make it into a capital component. And they have been all over the place. Some people were dumping them because they were nervous of the patch, dropping the price. Then the raw materials going into them dropped by 20%.
This is why you have to look at the actual market whenever you watch these kind of videos, and even if you're watching this VOD live. We see that the price of this has been going down slowly but surely, and when Oz made this video, it was right here. Sorry, it was right here. Okay? So it was going down, and you might hear Oz say, oh my gosh, the prices are up 30%. Yeah, but it was just down. Right. And now we're back to like a semi-stable area. So it's actually, the price of these are actually lower than they used to be two weeks ago, because we're at about $500 million. Okay. We're up to $250 million. So we're actually down 100 million ISK, all things considered, because we were stable, down. And now we're here instead of here. So this is why we do these videos, because it's important. He's doing great with this. It's important for you to literally open up the game and do your own testing, though, with that said. Okay, so let's see.
It's dropping the price, but then increased demand made the price go back up. So right now, overall, just the market's just all over the place. If we look at what's trending down, we already talked about Morphite down 30%. Some of these, this is another example. The Meta Operant Neuralink Enhancer is another exploration loot item that goes to the capital ships all over the place, right? Down 20% this week. This just shows how erratic the market is right now. Maxilon down 70%.
This is a good question, so I'll leave us in the video. Mr. Bear says, "Any help with trig scanning? I killed one trig ship and a rogue drone. Do I kill one Edencom ship? If so, where? You got to be in Patron. None of this matters if you're not in Patron. Don't kill trig ships if you plan on being in Patron, because if you kill trig ships, it makes it harder to be in Patron. Go kill rogue drones or sleepers in Patron. Rogue drones or sleepers in Patron will give you high standing. You can do this with an at-range covert ops ship. We'll have a guide on that at some point.
15%, we already talked about that. And then
that's true.
You're already also
seeing
some
yes. You got it, Bear. Yeah.
Some T2 salvage up and down, and Neuralink protection cells is another capital ship component that is down 13% this week. And if we're looking at what's trading at high volume, so what are people trading much more than they were before, then
Redeemer.
Look at this. The top 10
Raven.
has 5 battleships in it. The Redeemer, the Tempest Fleet issue, the Megathron, Tempest, Raven. People are building battleships. People are flying.
Killing sleepers in Pochfin will give you Edencom and Trig standings. Sleepers. Okay. Killing rogue drones, I think, is just Trig, I think. T2 Torps, exactly. Correct, yes.
Battleships, and that is fantastic to see.
A lot of battleships.
That is going to have meta impacts, as we saw in the interview with YP earlier.
Yep.
And it's actually fantastic to see. If we go over here and look at what's in low supply, we talked about the Legion. Noxium basically gone from the market. A bunch of Fullerenes gone from the market. Plex is always there, right?
Yep, always.
The last month, 0.2 trade days of Plex. There's just not a lot there.
That's the real world influence there. That's the biggest red flag I've seen for real world influence. The fact that Plex is only at 1/5 of a day in trade volume, because Plex is not generated in the game reliably. You can only buy it with dollars. So the fact that historically we're at 1/5 of the normal amounts of Plex in the market, that's why you're seeing the Plex graph go up. We are here. Because real world, more people are going to go have trouble buying eggs this week than they are having problems buying Plex. Interesting. Rogue drones too, but sleepers are faster. There it is. Okay. Rogue drones are both. Sleepers are definitely the way to go. Yeah. Rogue drones is like crawling, but it's something. If you've never killed a trig and you go into Pochfin and you kill one rogue drone, your standings will go up for sleepers and the trigs enough to be like, you're not going to get killed. So by Edencom.
Something we've discussed at length in previous reports.
Super interesting.
Interesting also, very short supply. We see 2 Dead Space modules there. The Corp A-type multispectrum coating and the Corpus X-type thermal armor hardener. We've seen that a lot. So there are a lot of new doctrines out there. There are a lot of doctrines using Dead Space modules out there. A lot of Dead Space modules are being destroyed in large battles. And that's just fueling that market. Overall, you guys know this, one of my favorite things to trade in. Limited supply, very high demand, super fun. So go and look at some Dead Space modules if you want to have some excitement in trading.
It's going up.
If we look down here into most underpriced most underpriced items, the capital core temperature regulator I mentioned earlier, it's just very, very cheap right now. It should have dropped by 20% anyway, but it dropped even more.
Huge slice. Love it.
That's just basic erratic market movements right now. And then we have the typical moon materials in here that we've seen in the last year, ever since Metanox dropped. And then also we're seeing
Dizzy coming in, gifting 21 subs to the people. Dizzy, it's good to see you. You had to hit that 350 mark, didn't you, my friend? Can we get some 07s for Dizzy? Coming in, gifting 21 subs. Good job, Dizzy. Proud of you. Thanks for supporting. Dizzy, your support is incredible. 350 subs, dude. God bless you. God bless you and your family. Thank you for that. Let's keep seeing what Oz has to say. Dizzy, thank you. Thank you.
Some battleships here, 30% under 52-week average. That's great to see. The Tempest, the Dominics, cheap battleships are just great for Evo 9.
Yes.
And so
Battleship Rome.
Let me have a look at my notes to see if we've missed anything else.
Yes.
I think we've touched on everything.
Can I tell you how much I love the Dominics? Okay. Can I tell you how much I love the Dominics? It's one of my favorite ships. It's so, I don't care how it looks. It's a giant freaking potato, dude. But the Navy issue Dominics especially. I'll give you this one. This was my this was a shield Dominics that somebody else gave me. Here was my like blinged out. And look, chat, if you're spending this much on a battleship, you might as well just get a Marauder. That's just the reality. But I'm very proud of this one because I was able to go fly through level 4s with this. This is a PV before I was able to scale into a Marauder. This is a 3.5 billion-esque dummy, okay? But we've got, what I do is I go at range and I snipe them down. I snipe down the mobs down, okay? And then once the big mobs are gone, I port in, I micro warp drive in, whatever. I just get in there, get involved, and then I swap out the sniper drones for gecko kill squads with 2 geckos, 2 Vespas, and a Hornet, and javelin rails. We do 1,200 in a Dominix. Huh? The heck? And the only reason I had 2 cat batteries is because I was having to just keep this on all day, and this one moved it down like enough that I was noticing I just needed the extra cat battery. I could probably fit this better later, but maybe I don't even need this. Maybe I could just put a tracker on there. But this was fun. I had a lot of fun doing that I did that for years. I did that for years, dude. 1,200 on a Dami? You kidding me? Nasty. So I'll see it. Slice. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's just one of my favorite ships because it's so good. The amount of mids make it really easy, and lows. You can fit a lot on a Dominix for sure.
Yeah, amazing time to cover the markets in EVE Online. Amazing time, I think, to play EVE Online. There's a lot of stuff here happening for many different play styles, and so, you know, go out there, play EVE, have fun, and I'll see you guys next week for the next.
Chat, that's Oz for you. Definitely go sub to his channel. Go use his creator code if you're watching this video and you want to get in on that sales. Go use the creator code. Okay, go check him out. Go give him a sub. Give him a like. Thanks again, Oz, for this stuff. Chat, we always try to take what Oz does and the work he does and kind of make it like applicable to you because we have a lot of newer people coming to my channel. I know that Oz caters a lot to the whales, caters a lot to people that are doing this at a macro level. So definitely go give him a follow. Don't just watch my videos. Go check out his stuff too. If you want the best EVE guides, sub right here. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you very soon. Good stuff, chat. Let's read the comments. We always like to give a little bit extra to the stream people. Let's do this right here so y'all can see it. CCP did so much null sec changes in the past. I think it's fair if the wormhole gas price will be a constant bottleneck in the next half year. This makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. There's so much free space in wormholes, so it should be an undersupply and encourage some people to move from null into wormholes to make one neck broader and one smaller equalize, I'm sure. I think bottlenecks should never be addressed by developers if they are in hand of the player base. I couldn't agree more. Yes, there will always be bottlenecks. Just the next is sometimes smaller, something larger. Right. I don't think the supposed bottleneck of these is something that the devs have to fix. If there's a bottleneck, that means the prices of these go up, and that means we just go into wormholes and we get more gas, and we have a good time with it. So let's give him a nice 07. And chat, definitely go check out Oz's video. Definitely go check out Oz's video, and we will get it done. Love for Dami running maybe a ton of ISK early on. It was actually how I made my ISK early on. It was the way that I made ISK early on. All right, headphone warning, y'all. Headphone warning. 2, 3, 4. Boop. We got to get a little, had to shift the vibe up a little bit, chat. We got to get it done. Is there going to be dancing at FanFest? How smelly is that room going to be, chat? I went to at PAX East, we went to a club with people before I was married, when I was a single lad, and it was smelly, dude. Nerds got to learn how to use deodorant, man. I tell you. I don't know why nerds refuse to take showers. It's gross. Take a shower, chat. Get you some good smelling. Chat, girls don't want to be with guys that stink. Take a shower. You know how I met my wife? I took a shower. But seriously, like, wear deodorant, for God's sake. It's crazy. Oh. I hope, if there's dancing at FanFest, I hope people put on their deodorant. So, we'll see y'all at FanFest, right? Gamer Funk is real gross. Code deodorant. Can you imagine, chat? Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep this going. Let's keep it going. Ooh, Slice, I see your ping about the Frigate Free-For-All. Yeah, it's pretty cool, chat. There's a cool thing coming up, the Frigate Free-For-All. Definitely go check it out. It's coming up on, let me read this. The 29th, was that next week? In 3 days, bless. So check out the Frigate Free-For-All. It's a cool time. We went last year. I don't think I'm doing it this year, just because we have a lot of other stuff going on. So don't lie to me. I've watched Shrek. There it is. Anyone who ever played Warhammer 40k or N3G knows about it all. Yep. Why, dude? why people don't be showering, man. It's crazy. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. It's 1:30. We've got a great show today. Let's do some other giveaways, and then I think we're going to go. So original design mug with Loru FanFest Sig will be valuable. Blurg, yeah, because those mugs are done now. If you missed the other things coming in, we did have, we had to cancel our mugs. CCB Games hit me up. We're getting new mug designs. Bring your mugs to FanFest. I'll still sign it. So, you know, it'll be pretty small contestant list because of lots of people don't know how to write deodorant. There it is. So did they change systems? I'm not sure. What's up, Kamash? Coming in from Fallen. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, chat. Let's get a giveaway going. Good reacts, good times. Let's make sure y'all get some goodies coming in here. We gave some EOSs away today. What's another thing we could do? This is not a lot of ISK. Give me one thing that's a lot of ISK just to end out the day. Which one's good? We've got some vultures. Our Nighthawk. Chat, these are disgustingly good ships. This was the meta for a long time, and it's still a fantastic ship. And if you want to get in on this giveaway, you got to do two things. You got to be following on Twitch or subbed on YouTube, and you got to be in Discord. Do those two things, and you'll be eligible to win a Nighthawk. I do love the platform of the Drake. This is one of the most ship-looking ships in all of EVE Online. I love how it looks. Get the missile barrages on the side. This is one of the best ships in the game, in my opinion. Nighthawk, a shield-tanked missile battery machine. One of you will get one in just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see it. Come on down to the giveaway chant. And look, if you're new, I know what you're thinking. You know,
I don't want to join another content creator's Discord and have to keep up with stuff.
You don't have to. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You come down to the notification rules chant and you choose your ping experience. By default, we do not ping you ever. We're all working adults here. We're all doing our best. You know, you don't need to get pings if you don't want them, okay? If you want all our notifications, click the black heart. Thanks to the almost 420 of you, nice, that have gotten all our notifications. Y'all are here for everything. You're the backbone of this community. Thank you for doing it. The red hearts are our curated videos. These are our YouTube videos. Our purple hearts are our live streams. 817 of you, bless you. You're here live now. You don't want to miss one of these streams. So click on the purple heart and get it done. Let's do it. These reactions down here don't matter. You got to react up here. I keep these for fun. The green heart is just our Instagrams, our Twitters. Choose these. Your ping experience awaits. If you don't want any pings ever, click none of these. We respect your time. We want you to be able to do it as you would like. This is funny. This is not the actual thing, but this is pretty funny. I like it. Oh, deodorant chant. That's right. Met her in the shower. There it is. Need a CCB license deal. That would be cool, but I doubt they'll give me one because I'm just a lowly mug salesman trying my best to do what he can, you know? Trying my best to do what he can. So Corpus X-Type Thermal Hardener is one of the most popular armor dread mods. That makes sense. That does make sense, Axel. I hear that. All right, y'all, let's do this. One winner, one Nighthawk. And the word is Patreon. Chat, type Patreon one time. Case sensitive into Discord one time. Case sensitive into Discord. Ladies and gentlemen, my cabbages. I love that meme so much. Chat, Patreon is the #1 place to support this brand. And you can join for free. You do not have to, give me money, especially if you're new. I don't want your money. You can join for free. It's really simple. Come on down. You just click this button right here. You click this button, join for free. Join the almost 4,000 of you. We're closing in on 4K on Patreon. Wild. That are there for free. We provide a bunch of free value for you. It's right here. Free EVE Online guides. One of my focuses this year is to give y'all a bunch more deeper cuts on Patreon. It's a little bit slower than YouTube, a little bit more in-depth over on Patreon for free always, these guides. We do not paywall our guides. That is not allowed, first of all. And second of all, I don't want to do that to y'all. I want y'all to get the free value. Those that support get extra. We got tier 1, 2, and 3, and 4 patrons. Thank you to the 152 of you. We passed 150. That are doing it. That are supporting the brand. Thank you for that. If you're ever going to gift subs, consider gifting a Patron membership instead. You can gift people merch, posters, mugs, patronages. Why this is important is because on Twitch, if you gift me a sub on Twitch, it's $5. I get $2, $2.37, something like that. Less than half. Because of the fees that Twitch has, I take half. If you gift a tier 1 patron, still $5 for you. I get $4 and change. You're worth almost double a gifted Twitch sub if you gift a patronage. It's huge. And there's only 150 of you that are paying and 4K of you that are signed up. So let's see if we can get some newbies in there. Consider gifting a patron thing and just join for free. And I cannot make it more clear. If you're new, don't give me money. You don't need to support me like that. If you want to support the brand, watch the videos on your time, enjoy the community on your time, do what you want. Okay? This is not something that like, if you're a broke boy, just say so. We're not about that here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not about it. We're about generosity. And in order to be generous, you have to give to people that don't have. So let's give to people that don't have. Let's do it, chat. What's up, Al's? Going once. Going twice. Last call, baby. Last call, baby. 5, 4,
3, 2, 1. Sold.
Lockout by the skinny. Oh, Gen C. Gen C missed it, chat. A little bit too slow on Gen C. One of you is getting a Nighthawk. Let's see about it. Let's see about it. Excellent. We have it. When it's one person, the bot is super easy. Okay. Super easy. The winner is... My name is Gabe. Congratulations, Gabe. Good stuff. You get the goodies, Gabe. You get a Nighthawk. As always, we're going to give this to you after stream, my friend. We're going to get it to you. This Nighthawk is going to go in the giveaway done folder. 400 million ISK has been claimed by you, Gabe. 420 almost. Nice. Nice. So let's get it to you a little bit after everything, Gabe. As always, you can check the giveaway status column to see how the giveaways are going. This is the chat directly above the giveaway chat. We make sure to keep all the stuff right in there for you. Easy peasy. Ladies and gentlemen, what a great day today. A lot of news, a lot of stuff going on. Tomorrow, we got an even better show, so make sure you show up for tomorrow's stream. Let's raid out somebody in the Twitch category. We got 200-something people on Twitch. God bless you. And 100 of you plus on YouTube. Welcome in. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to YouTube. Follow on Twitch. Let's have a great time. Appreciate y'all being here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Blink, for being here. Let's see who we're going to raid out. What is happening? It crashes stream. Let's go see. Let's go. Look, Crash, always a good time. PvP times in a Kizreal. Oh, baby. Kizreal, my love. Let's go raid out Crash, ladies and gentlemen. Even if you're on other platforms, even if you're on YouTube, X, Kick, Facebook, all the other platforms that we multi-stream to, come on down to Crash Naps' stream. There's the link for you. Click it. Let's get it done. The last thing you got to type is Loru Raid. Yeah. Type Loru Raid. Yeah. We'll get you in. We'll see you soon. Everybody, see you tomorrow. I love hanging out with y'all. Hope y'all have as good of a time hanging out here as I do hanging out with you. Okay. We'll see ya tomorrow. Type Loru Raid. Yeah. We'll see ya tomorrow, baby.